What's up, guys? Thank you for tuning in. Obviously, we had a little late start, but don't mess with us, man. We're trying to get things together. Just make sure you like the video, obviously, and Mike, where you at with the like button, brother? Thank you. Thank you. Just pay attention to what the buttons say, and then we'll be all good. So obviously you can tell it's a lot of maintenance going on in the background, in the behind the scenes. So obviously subscribe also if you're feeling it. Guys, we're gonna have a good show today. It's gonna be a very good show. We got a lot to talk about, and we have some experts today with us. They just got out of a 5-year haunted house trip. Not just playing. You can show them as I'm speaking, so you can get their reactions and stuff. Just one person. Just try to hit. You know what I'm saying?
He showed the whole cast.
There you go. We getting it. I need you to get comfortable with the keyboard, bro. You got to read them or something. I don't know. So
I don't see Tamiah one in there.
You don't?
No, I see Tamiah. Yours. This cool, Mike. You know what
I bet if I can find it, it's gonna be it switches back. Sometimes you gotta update it. Okay. So today, guys, this is where faith, family, and funny collide. Obviously, there's a lot of shenanigans going on, as you can see. We're here to help you get blessed, confess, finesse, and enjoy the process in the name of Jesus. And don't stress.
Did you say finesse?
Finesse, yeah, in the name of Jesus. So it's a different type of.
I would hope so, because
see, I told you, got experts. I can't even run my show because they hold on now. Is that witchcraft? Let's bring that down. Let's see. So we got some people in the building, y'all, that are of the kingdom. Okay, we got Tamiah in the building.
Hi.
We love you, Tamiah.
I love you.
And we got King Jaya in the building. Mr. I Am. Him and his wife. They both matching. That's just a beautiful thing.
It was her idea.
It's her idea, of course, because the women have the ideas.
Because we have these shirts and we don't wear them.
And the men gotta make it happen, or we get kicked out into the doghouse. All right, then we got Michael Benson, not a contradiction, but he's a horror game Christian in the building. I don't know why I'm talking like that. All my friends are from New Jersey, so when I get around them, I'm like,
not from Jersey.
Well, he's from New York. He's a neighbor, so same thing. So I get around them, I'm like, hey guys, what's up? You're like, yo, what's good? I'm like, yo, and I just change up, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm fake.
Oh.
Yeah. So how's everybody feeling in the building, man? Jared, go ahead and let the people know what you got going on in the future, what you trying to do, man, and your ministry and where you got started.
That's a lot.
I'm just giving you some ideas to touch on. You ain't gotta. Well, when I was 6 years old, you ain't gotta go on all
Ooh,
that.
boy, that was funny.
I don't know. I'm planning on starting to Twitch within the next couple of months, but that's that. Probably trucking in my near future. Hopefully that. I'm working towards that. Yeah. That's about it.
That's cool. I'm just looking and seeing if the. Okay, yeah, I get it. I'm looking at the video and looking at things, the chat and all that stuff. So, now Tamiah, what about you? Let us know what you got going on besides God is dope.
Currently I am a brand ambassador for a brand for Christ, but I forgot the name of it, which is so bad. But it's a Seek Jesus is the clothing. He's
doing a new
brand
thing
that I am a brand ambassador for. I am currently speaking with people about I would just say cosmetology thing. That did not make sense. Thank you.
Close enough. I mean, they get it. Y'all get it, right?
I am in the process of building my cosmetic brand and debating on if I should go to school for business or to become an esthetician, considering my brand is basically about skincare and lashes.
I can dig it.
Yep.
You got more details than I got.
I know, Jair. You ain't doing nothing with yourself, man. Look at you. Mike blowing you in the smoke.
Look at me.
Look at you. Nothing. No, man. Got Michael Benson in the building. Obviously, you know. Go ahead and let the people know what you got going on, man. Let the people know something, man.
Hola, senors. But nah.
He's just talking to them men.
Yeah.
All the Spanish men out there.
You specified.
How you doing? How you doing, honest?
Nah, man,
yours,
same
like-
old, same old. Between game development and preaching. Just doing that, man. Vibing out.
All right, that's good, man. As you know, man, just that's the key. We're talking about witchcraft today, right? Heavy topic. I know some people's hearts just ooh. You know, some people get really excited about this topic, and I'm just like, you know, we got to be careful when talking about this, and our curiosity on the topic it's got to be safe, right? Because you know, some people just get so interested in this topic, and it's like it's a very scary thing to just dive into. So we're just basically gonna be talking about it. I'm gonna give you some verses on, you know, how you should think about this stuff. But it's a very interesting conversation because a lot of people have experienced certain things within this space. And yeah, we're gonna start talking about it. So what are some thoughts that come to mind when you think about like witchcraft? Like the things that you've seen, like, you know, just to open it up. Like we're gonna dig deep, but like, you know, like what are some types of witchcraft that you know of? Maybe you've experienced some stuff. All right, that's good.
I don't want to speak anymore.
That's a good way to start off.
I have experienced tarot card readings. I have,
Really?
yeah.
I'm gonna need you to get up and I'm gonna need you to get out right now.
Oh.
I'm just like,
I was
I'm just
glad.
saying. Not just saying. Jai didn't even know. He's like,
stay
oh,
focused.
okay.
I didn't know that. I never heard that.
Well,
I was. I can't stand y'all. I was really into horoscopes at one point until I went to church one day and, you know, got shut down real
Which
fast.
church you went to?
PhD
Really?
Ministries.
Wow.
Shut it down fast. Other than that, I don't really have much to say on witchcraft. It's just, personally, I wouldn't take that chance, me being me, because you will happily invite things into your home and in your life that you're not ready for.
Yeah.
Which is,
I guess like witchcraft alone is not really the whole topic, like demonic activity.
no.
You know what I'm saying? It's a bigger like, you know, conversation than just the simple, you know, topic of witchcraft, right?
Yeah.
So when I hear the word witchcraft, like, the first thing I think about, like extreme voodoo, sorcery,
Such an
spell
extremist.
books.
Yeah.
You know, special things with, like, you know, using language in a special way, casting spells through speaking, stuff like that. But I see stuff like you know, being in New York, like, you get to see a lot of stuff. So I see people outside trying to palm read, trying to tell your future. You know, you see open sorcery, but it's like when I hear it, I think of the extreme. For most people, right?
Hmm. So there's a question that, you know, some people have asked me, like, is this stuff real? Now I have my perspective on what part of it is real and what part of it's kind of like, but and even playing around with the fake stuff. Like obviously, I'll just start out like magic tricks, illusions, not real witchcraft. I mean, I think we can all agree.
Yeah.
But like a lot of people would say that this stuff is kind of like not real.
Fairy tales.
Yeah, like it's just you just
Folk
making
tale.
this up to just bring some excitement, but it's not like a real thing. Like the movies that talk about this demonic stuff and like black magic and all this stuff, like that's not real.
Well, I think depends on the culture you come from.
Yeah.
Because sometimes like witchcraft stories are like stuff of folk tales that they tell their children.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah.
you go to certain countries and people still practice that stuff. Like sacrificing animals and stuff like that.
The audience is going crazy today, y'all. I'm telling y'all got to get in this audience, bro. The audience be more live than the chat. We're gonna make a whole Patreon on what the audience view is. I'm telling you.
I don't want to,
turn into a Jerry Springer show just now. You can throw me that sweater right there if you don't mind. Closing on somebody else while I'm.
You cold?
Don't ask me that question. I'm trying to hide my. I'm trying to pop up like Superman. They not gonna notice. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Don't make me look bad, Micah. You're gonna get fired. Don't lose your job. You talk. What you laughing at? The fact that she called it a closet.
Everything going wrong at this moment.
It's this type of episode we got going on.
Look, the enemy get busy when we just start talking about stuff like this.
That was funny.
Okay. So, you were saying?
I don't even know.
You don't know where you were?
Oh, yeah. I was talking about coaches. I don't kind of, like some Haitian coaches or some Spanish coaches practice this stuff. I hear stories from people. I had a Puerto Rican friend who was telling me what his family did. No, it wasn't his family. He has a Filipino wife. What they do. I'm like, some places is very common. They still
Be my
practice
wife
it openly.
Mm. And guys, let us know if the I'm a whole other person right now. Let us know if in the chat, well, if y'all have a problem hearing us, okay? So, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, my friend, you probably know him, but I'm not gonna say his name. He has, his family, they put a golden apple on the fireplace, right?
Oh my gosh.
And they got like certain lucky charms and things. I don't know if they call them lucky charms, but some people like really have like in definition charms that bring you luck.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's like a form of I would say that's a form of witchcraft or inviting demons into your house because it's not of God.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. And also, I'll say there was one moment, and I'm gonna open it up to like another subject, but there was a moment where my grandmother, I don't know how comfortable she is talking about stuff like this to people, but she told me and she didn't tell me. Don't tell nobody. So I just leave it open. Like she went to somebody's house and they said, "Hey, you ever play with a Ouija board? Let's get the Ouija board out." And she's holy, you know what I'm saying? She's not doing that. She's not like, nah, she's not even messing with that, right? But she thought about what questions she would ask it if she were to play the game. And even that alone, she's like, I'm not doing that, right? She said that vocally. But she thought about the question. And she was going to say, how did my dad die? And it went to the CHAIR, chair. And I think she never talked to them people again. So, and he died in an electric chair.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's when are they still doing that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sadly,
So
yes.
that's how he died. So, and she experienced that. You know what I'm saying? So, but my thing is, the thing that seems to separate me from so many people, I do not have experiences like that at all. I think the one thing that may have happened that could be completely explained as like just some natural thing was I watched Paranormal Activity with my friends and we were, watching that scary movie, right? After that, we went inside the room and I wasn't watching it. Mike wasn't there.
He was there.
No, he wasn't there. Maybe he heard this story before. He just laughing because he, got some other stuff going on in his head. But so after we got done watching the movie, we came back to the house. We went in Casey's room and we turned the lights on. We turned the lights on and they popped and they went off. So everybody had just seen that movie. So everybody's like, "Oh!" running out, and we all slept at my friend's house. And Dana, if you in the chat, if you see this, you know, I'm not talking about everything else crazy to happen.
That's hilarious.
You say I was talking in my sleep or whatever. I don't know, but other people may experience stuff, but I don't experience things like that. So sometimes it's hard for me to believe that it's real. So that's why I stay away from like a lot of scary movies. I don't want to get so indulged in it because I feel like I'm just very comfortable. Like I could go down in the what we used to the downstairs area used to be different, and the boys used to be down there, right? I could be down there and play a scary game or watch a scary movie in the dark by myself and not be scared at all, just because I don't have any experience with any of that stuff. So then I stay away from it.
Exactly.
I stay away from it because I feel like that's the way the enemy trying to trick me and make me feel like, oh well, this stuff ain't real. Don't worry, you're not gonna get scared. But I just stay away from it, just to be on the safe side. But I don't have experiences like that.
I can see how you could view it that way, but me personally, I have had experiences like that, and it's not fun. And I wasn't watching or into like scary things. I've never liked scary movies. I'm the scariest person ever. I don't even like being at home by myself, if we're being honest, because the moment I hear a noise, I'm out of there. I don't care what the noise was. I have to leave just in case it keeps coming. It did. I was much younger when I experienced a lot of things, and for some random reason, and I hate that I used to believe older people, I was told that when certain things happened, it was my grandma, because I was extremely close to my grandmother. So when I would hear certain things or I would see things move, I was always told, like, yeah, it's your grandma. She was just checking on you. And I'm like, why does she have to do it in the shadow? She couldn't have just spoke to me.
Grandma, come in the light, please.
Right. Like, you don't want to just say, hey. And I would believe I would believe it until one day I was living with my sister, and I remember going to my friend's house, and I had called an Uber, and I was standing in the living room. And I remember looking out the window, waiting for the Uber to come so it would know to stop in front of the apartment. And I heard the heaviest dresser being dragged across the floor upstairs.
Really?
And my phone was on speaker. So when she asked me what that noise was, it confirmed to me that I wasn't going crazy. I turned around, like all the cabinets and doors were open. I closed everything and I walked out the house. I was like, I'm not living here anymore. And I think after that, me and my sister got into a fight, and I was like, I wanted to move out anyway. And I went back to my mom's house. After that, I was like, yeah, I'm not playing with. I don't know what that was, but I know that wasn't Granny. I don't think she would do that to me.
Jay, I know you've had some stuff happen. What were you about to say?
It's just like, certain experience, you don't know if you want to call it sorcery, witchcraft, or just you having a demonic experience, or like unless you all put it all in the same.
To be clear, the witchcraft is more of just the title, the topic of some of that, but
I think it's witchcraft. But it's more. Witchcraft is, to me, what it sounds like is the instrument used to make those things happen.
Maybe
it's a craft. That's the thing.
Yeah. Do you think that's what it takes for people to see? I mean, not that I'm like on a witch hunt or a demon hunt. I could care less to see one. I don't care to see one at all.
Who want to?
I don't know, man. Some people, like, if you see the movies, where are you? Get out here now! Show yourself. And then
I see something like that.
And in the movie, they die.
Yeah. I see something like TikTok.
Stop looking for demons.
There was some dude on TikTok that was he seen something peek out of. He went to like a house that was abandoned. He seen something peek through the door. He had a bat. He was waiting for it. As soon as it peeked out, he swung and started screaming, "Yeah, come back!" I don't know.
Mike,
he was a demon hunter. I'm telling you.
Mike, didn't you have a moment where you fought a demon before? You could talk about
I remember that.
You could talk about that, please, sir.
I remember that.
All right, don't judge me.
He was trying to protect his family.
Yeah, your kids was getting attacked by demons, right? They said he started swinging like.
Right, go ahead, Mike. Say it. Tell him.
Alright, yo.
What you got to do though, man?
Nah, one time it was me, my wife, and my youngest son. We laying in the bed, right? And while we laying in the bed, because I'm familiar with this stuff, I got one half of the family Christians, the other half involved in dark magic, witchcraft, you name it. I got an aunt that had black ink in their hands, all
Dark
types
magic
of stuff.
and
But-
white magic.
So I'm familiar with it.
Yeah.
I'm familiar with it. So this particular time, I'm laying in the bed. I don't usually sleep with the lights out, but it is what it is. We left the lights out, and my son, because I already know how to go, I could tell something's bothering him, standing over the bed bothering him. So he's crying. So I'm so tired and frustrated. I'm so tired and frustrated. So I said,
You let this anger out on this devil, man.
I said, Giovanni, where's that? Me being retarded. He points to the edge, so I'm trying to get the bed, just swinging at it. I was going all in. I'm over there punching the shadows like it ain't gonna bother you no more.
But hey,
So all of this.
you think it could have actually been there though, and you just couldn't see it?
Nah, I could feel it. I could feel it was there, but I was so frustrated. I'm fighting something.
Oh,
in the
you
spirit.
feel like it's like that ain't gonna work anyways.
When you
but
have that experience when you tired, you don't even care
No
more.
more.
Yo,
No
yo,
more.
just leave me alone. I'm just trying to sleep here.
You
Like,
don't
come on.
care. You really don't. You
No.
give up. It's
Yeah.
a fight, not
And
in
you know what happened?
I'm not finna stand up for this.
And you know what happened? That's when you start saying, kill me!
Yeah, if you gonna do something, do it. Like, yo, just do it.
I'm telling you, I got stories for days, dog.
Man. Y'all
It's
have,
hilarious.
y'all have experienced
just
like
get it over
sleep
with.
paralysis?
Oh my
Okay,
gosh.
yeah.
I hate it. And what makes it worse is the last time it happened to me, and I remember telling Alexa that as I was laying down, I watched it walk from the closet all the way around me. It was at that point I gave up. It was like, I can't do anything, man. If you're gonna do something, just do
It's
it.
like-
I'm tired. Please.
It's like you forced to be conscious. It's like a visual torture.
Yeah.
It is
Yeah.
because you can't do
You
anything.
forced to be conscious and look at because you can't close your eyes. I'm like,
No,
I ain't,
fact.
you don't, nobody ever think to just let me just close my eyes and not think about it.
No, I've
No, you
tried to
want help.
like force myself out of my sleep, and I feel like that is the fight of your life. It reminds me of trying to run
I ain't gonna lie.
in your sleep.
I'll be playing like trying to see if maybe I can get out, but I don't want to.
Nah, I couldn't do that. The first movie I saw, it was scary. It was Darkness Falls, the Tooth Fairy movie.
I mean, you need to stop watching
That was the
movies.
first one I saw. And when they put the covers over their head, I was like, that's usually, that'll usually protect you from demons, right?
Yeah, the cover.
That's the way to do it. If
that's
you,
right.
demons, put that
As long
cover
as you
over.
don't see them, they ain't gonna hurt you.
My dad saw so many demons in his past. Every time I went in his room, he looked like a caterpillar, waiting to turn into a little butterfly. I said, let me try that out. I said, look, I can't even breathe. He did it all night. Them demons ain't gonna get him. He gonna suffocate. He gonna suffocate himself. Demons ain't finna do nothing. They gonna be like, you know what? He good. He gonna be gone in a minute. Ain't no point in me
You're
messing
killing
with him.
yourself trying to
I'm gonna
hide.
wake him up and he gonna get a fresh breath of fresh air.
I ain't even gonna lie. When we was younger, it was so bad. Like, their relatives would come visit us, right? So,
See?
First of all,
I'm
start
dead.
off
I'm
like
like, they
that.
just knock on the door, come in.
Yeah. Yo, that's how my family was. They act like it was normal. So,
You mean your dead relatives? That's how they work?
dead relative. So, peep game. I remember one time laying down, I had to pee so bad. And, yo. So, basically,
Oh, I know the story.
yeah. Basically, yo, to get to the bathroom, I ain't even gonna lie. Like, my mother said, yo, if you do make any more noise, do anything again, watch what I do. So we go lay down. My cousin's over. Son, we tried the cover thing. We put the cover over us, but then again, you can't breathe. So now you like to be in the bed because the cover been on you so low. You feel me? So yo, long story short, I get to the point. I'm like, yo, at this point, my father and mama gonna have to kill me. Whatever's in that closet ain't getting me. So what I do, I pinch my brother and my cousins. When they start yelling like, yo, I jump up, start screaming, smacking lights on, and this particular time, yo,
That's
my
how you
mo-
get everybody to wake up.
Everybody got to wake up. My mother was like, yo, do it again. Man, I did it again. Long story short, she came in. I'm dead. I started screaming, kill me. Started going, scream, kill me right now. Started tweaking. She made me go lay on her floor. I was
She
like,
thought you
cool.
was possessed by a demon.
Yeah, she gonna have to kill me that day. Tell me.
Oh my
I would have beat you so bad.
She did beat me. But I took that beat like a man.
Yeah, you gotta do what you gotta do, man.
For
You
real.
gotta take an L to win. Take that L to win, yo.
Tell
I'm
me.
not doing
That's
that.
wild, bro.
not doing that. I'm sorry. I just
At our old church, the one that y'all went to that time we revisited, it was 3 girls that went in the bathroom. They did the Bloody Mary thing.
Oh, we know them.
I'm just like, in the church, y'all don't know.
No, we don't know.
Nah.
I
But
don't.
they did that junk in the
That's so
church,
old,
bro.
though. Like that's an old.
No. It was old. It was at our old church when I was going.
It's
long
weird
time
that they
ago when they
chose
did
the
that.
church. Maybe they felt protected.
Yeah, like I'm excited. That's the problem with this stuff.
Bloody Mary, like
That's the
Yeah.
problem with this stuff.
What's this?
It's a curiosity that comes to mind. It's
Seducing.
very exciting, but it's like, yo, the enemy knows how to kind of draw you to this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because you just want to know, like, is this something really gonna? Because you hear stuff like, yo, I did this and I saw something come out the mirror. Like, really?
That's
it's hard to
facts.
believe.
When you first hear about Bloody Mary, I ain't gonna lie. First time hearing it, every time I go in the bathroom, you considered it.
I
You
did not
considered
consider
it.
It was in the back of the
I ain't never
mind.
said it.
Yeah, I ain't never said. I look at the mirror
bro,
like,
I can't do that.
I didn't
I
consider
did.
it.
I
I
tried
had a fear.
everything.
I was
You
gonna
tried it? Did
go
it
in
work?
the shower.
Nah, it
and
didn't
she was
work
gonna
for
be
me.
there.
I scared myself.
I don't know if it's you scared yourself.
Everything I look,
Yo,
I was already dealing with that.
I gotta
stuff.
put my cousin on blast, Desmond. If you're watching
Oh
this,
my gosh.
yeah, we coming for you. This man, my dad. They talk about my dad. He did the Candyman when he was younger, you know, and he had.
getting older and older.
I know, older and older, but the old stuff is the worst. It's so funny how those old horror movies are like comedies now.
Yeah.
Like,
We're not little anymore.
They're so funny the way they run out. I'm like, that's hilarious. I'm not scared of that. They used to scare people,
No, it's
like traumatize them. But I look. I mean, no, he looked at this when he was a kid. You know, he was younger. He never gonna look at stuff like this now. But he looked at this like, and he had dreams of, like, I don't know if it was the cat scratching him or it was some. I mean, it depends on what day it was, what happened. You know, when he start fasting, he sees stuff, right? I wish he was here to talk about it, but the experience that he had, he said that in the mirror, right? And stuff happened to him, you know. But Desmond, he looked in the spoon. He was all like, "Don't say it, bro." Something like, "Ain't gonna happen, bro. What you talking about, bro?" You know. And he said it in the spoon. He was like, "Candy mine." No, say candy man, candy mine. But he said it in the spoon. And we was like, oh, you said it 3 times. Why did you do that? Desmond, they gonna come for you now. We was all kids. We were crying. You know, Alexa tell you we was just sad for his life. Because we didn't know what was gonna happen. He said it in the spoon, and that's a reflection. So and he started crying because he knew we were serious. He said, "Y'all for real? Oh man!"
What?
Y'all is serious.
The
Y'all
life
feel
hit him
him.
at the, and then Grandma Jackie had to clear it up, so she knew he was just upset because of where his mind was. So she said, "No, it don't work that way. You got to say it 5 times. It's got to be in the real mirror, so you're good." And he was like, "Man, you better be glad, bro, because we ain't never seen the movie, but yeah."
I think that
That's
stuff
like a-
legit, which I think, you know, telling stories like that and passing that stuff on.
But see, some people, depending on how you do it, it doesn't do anything. So that's that's the part that makes it, like, you know, like if somebody don't believe in God, like that ain't gonna happen, possibly.
Because those are people that already walk with the devil.
Oh my God. A knee
You
slap.
should have got close up on that. Say that
He
again.
said knee slap.
Zoom in on her. Let us say that again, Mike. Say it.
Oh,
That's the people that what?
they walk with the devil.
Already.
Most times when demonic
even know
things
it.
don't bother you, you walking with him. He don't have a reason to bother you.
That's why I don't want to watch scary movies.
It depends on how far
I'm
you
not
go.
scared of that stuff,
It
and I
depends
feel
on
like
how
that's
far you go.
problematic.
Yeah.
If you out there like actually doing, you know, sacrifice and stuff like that, you gonna see it.
Yeah, I don't care what
Yeah,
gonna
yeah.
experience
Talk
You-
about it,
you
Jaya.
gonna see it.
Talk
You
about
gonna
the stuff
see
you
it.
used to do.
So,
Oh, yeah?
so
Because we need to know.
I wasn't sacrificing anything, and I seen stuff. I I was trying to follow the Lord.
You had a calling on your
Nah,
Why
life.
but
did you?
that's
Why did you
different.
see stuff? Like, well, yeah, 2 reasons. Yeah, you go ahead. Go ahead.
I
Either one.
I personally feel like the first time I seen something, I was really little, and I was in the house by myself, which is why I have a trauma of being at home by myself.
By myself.
But after
Don't
that,
work.
it was kind of like consistent, and I didn't notice until I really got in church that the closer I got to God, the more stuff would happen to me. Like I've been attacked in my sleep physically, and I'm like, why am I waking up with scratches? I can't even go to sleep in
You're
peace.
hard sleep.
I gotta be because I didn't feel anything. But it's I don't know. When I'm being attacked, it's weird because it's typically when I'm trying to get closer to God or I'm seeking an answer versus me just being in my house and nothing happened. I'm completely at peace. But when I know I'm trying to get closer to God or I'm seeking something or I'm travailing or praying for somebody, it's like something's following me or I'm being watched or I can feel the attack coming and I'm like, all right, here we go.
I think God chooses who He wants to do that to.
That's crazy because He chose me a lot of times. He chose nobody else.
I think
Yeah, to me, you got to get right.
I think it's for a reason. Like,
He coming for you.
I think it's
crazy.
for a reason. Because I feel like a lot of people who like see demons, especially associated with people that they know, they kind of like meant to intercede for those people. Because you know, I think it kind of goes with your mission. Like, or there's a level of spiritual warfare that you have to achieve.
Yeah.
It's like that takes you there. I don't know personally the reason for every person, but I believe there's a legitimate reason for that.
I would say interceding for me because most times it's involving someone else.
But you know, I think sorcery is it's so I think there's so much modern things now that is considered sorcery that we're not aware of. It's a craft because like you know the word TV, you know, is television. That's the form of like that to me. That's what we look at as a portal, a gateway
Can't watch TV
to bring
anymore.
stuff in. It just depends on what you watch. You gotta be careful what you watch and what you see and what you listen to. But you know, like the word channel, it's a word that's like kind of associated with witchcraft and stuff like that. Channeling things, it's like you know, even telling these stories and putting these stories are meant to put fear in kids and put fear in
We
people.
shouldn't be talking about that. All right, we're gonna switch to a no, just like
So like I think that's considered still a craft, you know, because anything that's rebellion against God is still as witchcraft, which is a craft in itself. Rebelliousness is a craft. So like I don't
That's also
know,
very true.
rebellion.
that's
is
just my opinion
witchcraft.
on it.
It is. The spirit of rebellion is considered witchcraft because when you disobey God, it's basically like you doing everything else. That's why.
It's basically, you know, people who doing sorcery. It's like there's people that's not doing that. You know, everybody that's just out here wilding. You're basically not doing anything different.
Yeah.
than what witchcraft is, but that's like
That's true, bro. So, what was it? What about do y'all know anything about like, you know, well the stuff they've said about yoga? Have you heard about like I heard somebody say something about
Gosh.
yoga, but it's like I just thought, well, you're just stretching.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
Technically,
it's the history.
it is because I was very interested in yoga because I wanted to do it. I also wanted to do Pilates, but then
Like Christian yoga.
I don't know how that would work.
What is even
Yoga for Jesus, you know what I
What
mean?
is even that?
I don't know.
Just stretching?
Yahweh
Practically.
on God's anointed.
Oh
sorry.
my gosh.
Yahweh on God's. I'm talking about Yahweh. Y'all like y'all on the way there.
Oh man.
That's funny.
When I wanted to do it, I think I went down the rabbit hole, and I probably shouldn't have because I probably would have did it without knowing the truth. And once you know, it's like I don't do it. But I remember being on TikTok looking up poses, and some lady just so happened to pop up on my screen. She was like, you know, yoga is demonic. I was like, ooh, I want to see what she's talking about. I should have kept scrolling. She's like, the history behind it, the poses are technically, in a sense, sacrificial poses, and it's the different ways you do it because you're meditating, but you're not meditating on God's word. You're meditating on different thoughts and manifesting different things. And typically, yoga is practiced in a dark area or a dark room and there's dim lighting or candles, and it's like, oh, I can think about that. And I kept digging and I dug a little too far because,
it's the practice of other gods.
it is.
Don't they got like certain chants that they
do.
say?
They chant, they hum.
They got certain sounds.
Yeah.
That coincide with yoga.
It's not just exercising.
Like modern day yoga, they just take the poses and the stretching
and then do it.
Well, let me cancel my yoga appointment for tomorrow. I just thought maybe you didn't have an answer, and I was gonna. Well, it's over. So not going to that.
I wanted to try it, but I guess not.
I heard somebody say it was not Matt Walsh. Who's the other guy?
Ben Shapiro.
Knowles?
No.
Michael Knowles or something? Yeah, Beyonce is close, but not close enough, actually. Michael Knowles had somebody on talking about yoga, and they were saying that, saying God, talking like if you want to do yoga and you're talking about God, like, God, I love you, Lord. It didn't feel right in the environment that they were in. They could say it probably, but it'd probably be frowned upon. Like, that's what she was saying that it gave off. You can just look up Michael Knowles yoga and you'll find the lady.
Like,
I don't know her name.
Doing that is like praying to God. Like, if I steal from this person, I pray that he has $100. Like, that's, to me, that's what it's like. You're praying for something that's evil.
In a sense, yeah. Because most times when people do yoga, they're not necessarily praying, they're manifesting. Like the little chants that you see on Instagram and TikToks, I am this and I'll have that. And sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, it's nice and happy as they sound, those chants freak me out because they went from, it's called affirmation. I'm like, y'all affirmations are very worldly. They're not really about God, but we're gonna say, okay. Yes. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, people tend there's some things that people tend to do, like to try to mix God in it to and make it seem godly. Pure.
Yeah,
it still has an evil source.
Do you think that like if people don't know, right? I guess if they don't have a love for the truth, they're more open to things like that. Because I was gonna say, Tamiah, demonic was in my mouth. Sorry. Tamiah, like, demonic was trying to do yoga. No, sorry.
All right.
Tamiah wanted to do yoga, but then she noticed that this was not something for her to do. So I guess I don't know what kept you from. I'm just say God.
Yeah.
But people that do it and don't know about it, do you like their intentions aren't to do this, right?
I don't believe so. I don't think their intentions are ill intended. When I first looked up yoga, it was more so to exercise. It was something different. It wasn't me trying to like draw demons towards me. But thankfully, God gave me discernment and he showed me certain things. I'm like, that doesn't seem right. Let's look. And I sadly, I'm quick to dive into a rabbit hole and try to find my way out later. He showed it to me and I was like, maybe it's not that bad. And then it's like day after day, I kept getting reassurance that it is. You shouldn't do it. But I don't feel as if I didn't know God, I probably would do yoga. But it wouldn't be with ill intent or for me to summon something. It's me exercising and or stretching for healthier purposes.
I have a question. So you saying the question that you asked was somebody that's of God that gets into this stuff without knowing?
Well, they could be of God, but it's more so just they don't know. Like, I would say, I guess it's a two-part question. Do you think that people that get into yoga have bad intentions or evil intentions all the time? Maybe deep in their heart or something. And secondly, you would think that people of God, like that love God, would get led away from it, right?
I think with the first part, people, the intent behind it, I don't think everybody's necessarily think it's evil, but concerning yoga at least. But I think with Christians, for them they should have a stable foundation, like a pastor that they can go to or fellow members of the body that they can talk to, like try to figure this out. Putting yourself in a position where you could be assured that
A lot of positions in yoga. Don't get in the wrong position, folks.
I can't.
That's the message we're gonna learn today.
you should be taught this. You should be taught this.
Yeah, and there's like a bunch of things I think about, like even like crystals. Like, do y'all know stuff about crystals?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, like it's just certain things people use. Like, what are those for, man? Do I need to get some after the show to bring peace to my house?
Don't do that.
Each crystal has a
sole purpose.
Yeah.
But I had it. I feel bad now.
Wow. I told you can't be here too much longer.
No. It wasn't me.
About you.
It wasn't me. I had an incident at work one day where he's not my lead no more. They fired him. But it probably was. I'm not even joking. He was at work one day, and it was funny to me because when I'm at work, I minister. So if you say something and it doesn't sit right with me, I'm instantly bringing up scriptures. Because it's like, that doesn't make sense. I don't even know how you came up with that logic. Let me show you where you're wrong, and I'll leave you alone. But one day I was ministering to somebody, and the first thing he said to me, he wasn't even in the conversation, he was passing. He was like, they could fire you for religion something. And I was like, okay, but if God tells me to speak to somebody, I'm going to do it. And I noticed he had a crystal around his neck. And he carried, which is going to sound so weird, he had 2 crystal balls in his hand. He was like, just like rubbing them together. And I remember talking to him. He was pacing back and forth, holding these balls in his hand. I'm like, that already sounds weird.
Yo,
why was he doing that?
He just walking around with him?
He was like massaging them to pause. I guess
Those belong to Satan. You cannot hold those and walk around.
Oh my
and
God.
Be a man of God.
I can't.
My God forbid it.
Probably it was weird, and I kept saying
That's
it
crazy,
was weird.
Yo.
He kept. I can't even. It's just. I want to say massaging because
I
that's
don't care what he got in his hand.
Give it a different term to me.
He was.
Just call them
Crystals.
Yeah, he was playing with the crystals in his hand. And
he was playing with the family jewels.
The devil is a lie.
Please let me get my thought out.
Rebuke you in the name. He should have been like, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. Get them balls out of your hand right now. In the name of Jesus. What you mean?
My gosh.
Oh, snap.
We don't serve them jewels.
Anyway,
Sorry.
he was holding them, and I walked up to him, and I started laughing. I can't take y'all seriously.
You started laughing at him?
I
did. He said, I'm sorry. He sounded like a little kid.
Serious, man.
You can't even see you, bro.
I started laughing before I started talking to him, and I was trying not to because...
Sit back. We're going to read the comments. You coming up a shot. What's wrong with you? Let your wife say something.
Yeah, you're right.
I want to get my thought out. I want to get past
Get
this subject, please. Anyway, I was walking up to him, and I started laughing, but I felt bad because I was like, I don't want nobody laughing at me because I'm a Christian. What are you doing?
Go ahead.
He's about to do it again.
I can't look at this way. And I went to him and I asked him, I said, I'm not trying to be funny. I'm being very serious, even though I was laughing. Why is it that you're holding that in your hand? What does it do for you? And he said, it's a placebo effect. And I said, so if it's a placebo effect, it means it doesn't do anything for you. He said, yeah, pretty much. It just makes me think that I feel better. I said, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
It makes you think I feel better.
I said, but you laugh at me because I said God makes me feel better? Your crystals do nothing. My God actually does something. But you laughed at me and I walked off laughing. He didn't understand why I was laughing. And I said, you remind me of those people who touch trees and like, oh my gosh, I'm healed.
Nature.
Right? And just leave.
The earth.
As if that was just the best thing for them. I don't understand. No offense to you, but you make fun of me for believing in God when you believe in a rock that came from God.
I'm gonna tell you what it is. I think what it is like
right.
People trying to find comfort in something. So it's like that's what people use. That's what people try to the affirmations and stuff like that. And crystals, it has meaning and it's something that's has an effect on them emotionally and mentally. So it's like they find security in that, especially people who don't have God. So like it's a safety net. But at the same time, because this their perspective, not knowing God, but knowing God, it's like that's the creation. you're looking for something that's created for comfort and worshiping that.
True.
And it's like
same thing as the calf in the book of Exodus. They worship that. So it's all the same thing.
Yeah.
This crystal's gonna do things for me because obviously you don't think God can.
Yeah, and all
why do you need crystals when you got God? That's so insulting. That's the stuff that makes God, because God is a jealous God. That's what the Bible says. So the fact that you're using something else, God's like, yo, you can get this from me. And you thinking that's gonna give you peace? You're getting it from that because you think I don't have the best intention for you. The reason that you didn't get A and B is because you're not ready for it yet. So you're gonna just do that yourself. The reason you're not in the spiritual realm that I want to bring you in, you're gonna smoke marijuana and get there yourself.
And these things are not even close to be compared to God.
Not even close.
This is a creation.
It's funny to me because most of the time when I speak to people, because I know what it's like, most of the time when you speak to people who uses substances or chooses to believe in like crystals or candles or sage, they have church hurt. And they correlate that hurt with God as if God was like, yeah, go do this to them and make them leave. And it's crazy because I've had church hurt in many churches, but I still sought God. I'm not going to say I didn't choose to find peace or seek peace in other things, but even still, I wanted the truth from God. I knew I wanted Him. I didn't blame God for my church hurt. I looked at those people. But most times you meet people who decide to put their faith in other things, it's solely based on them being at church. Because even with my lead, he kept saying he knew about God and he used to go to church all the time. And I'm like, you're 30-year-old man still dealing with church hurt. You don't think you should go back to church? He was like, no, I believe in the universe. And I walked off. I still to this day don't understand what that means.
The people that believe in the universe,
bro. Yeah.
The people that believe in the universe, they like New Age. Like typically, this universe thing. Yeah. When they use that term, I'm like, I know you got crystals in your closet. I know you got.
Where does that come from, though? Like, I believe. He said he knows of God. He said he studied God.
And he said he studied God. He's at church all the time. And I said, that's typically what happens. I'm guessing you had church hurt. He said, yes. I said, so how is it you correlated God with the people who hurt you? He's like, because they were in the church. And I said, things happen to me at church, but you don't see me blaming God for it. I blame those people.
Yeah, because church is a place where imperfect people
go to become perfect.
Go. Like, so.
That's right.
Yeah, that's that. That's that.
Shots fired.
The audience is on some other stuff right now. I'm telling you, the devil getting busy on the play. Just understand. No, but when someone says, "I believe in the universe," it's like, what does that even mean? Because they say that, and I'm like, do you believe it's no God, that the universe brought everything into existence?
I think they think the universe has a conscience or has some sort of effect. You know, like having a connection with the universe has an effect in your life. Like
I heard Jim Carrey say that junk.
Yeah.
It's like, I think it's something outside their self that they can, that they're part of. That's like, it's a bigger picture. They look at that as a higher power.
Ask the universe and it'll give it to you.
It's a physicality for them. It's something they can physically see and feel. Like they can feel the crystals. They can see the dirt in the trees that they're connecting to. They can't see God. So they took the faith that they had in God and placed it in the universe. Because most times you're substituting the word universe for God.
Yeah, of course.
Instead of you putting all that faith you have in God because you can't see Him, you're choosing to place it into something you can see. So you won't feel like you're doing it for nothing. Because most times when people are fighting things, they need something to apply it to. They need something to say, this is the reason I'm feeling this way. And I've noticed that with a lot of people who believe in the universe, you're just substituting that word instead of saying, I believe in God. I'm just in a place of doubt in this moment, or I'm in a place of worry, or I'm in a place of depression. They don't want to say that because then it makes them seem like they're crazy, which most people call Christians crazy anyway. But you choose to believe in something that you can physically see that can't help you.
I think also with the universe thing and the God is because they can make the universe fit with how they want their life to be. And God is, you got to fit how He wants your life to be.
Because there's no authority in the universe.
It's
like take the mind, like I was talking to that guy. He said he believes in somewhat of like a mindless God.
Yeah.
So that would be very close to the correlation of like the universe. Probably the same thing. I don't know, but
Very similar. Yeah.
it's crazy, man. So you had an experience because when I see like, I'll change the topic a little bit. When I see, when I hear people talk about experiences that they've had, like I said, I have not had things like that. I've never seen things like that. I'm not asking for it. I really don't care to see it at all. It's fine. But when people speak about it, obviously I'm a little skeptical, but it's not that I don't believe it. It's that sometimes I feel like people may be too extreme about it. Like when y'all told me that story about the lady that her face changed or something.
Oh, you told me. Oh, yeah.
I explained that to people. I explained that to people, and I'm like, it's different because they had like multiple witnesses there who saw the same thing. So when you got Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John that saw it, it's like can't really like it wasn't one part. Like if I was there and I was like, I didn't see what y'all see, bro. I looked at her. Then it's like there's at least a little bit of a chance that y'all might be tripping, right? But even then, it's like 3 people saw it. You know what I'm saying? Then what is what happened basically? That's what I want to know. What run us through what happened? Like y'all.
Mike is the best person to tell
Can I
that
say
story.
something
Mike,
before he tells the story?
Yeah.
I can understand why it would be unbelievable if one person tells you a story about something because they're in the witnesses.
Mm-hmm.
But just for character reference, Paul went blind and nobody see him go blind. And
He didn't see himself go blind
exactly.
either.
Paul heard Jesus, but he experienced
It's
it.
also good.
Yeah, Paul heard Jesus. Nobody else heard him speaking to him.
I think.
But after a while, people people were already believing, but he didn't believe until it happened to him. Now, you were blessed that it didn't happen. I would wish that on my worst enemy.
Hey, I mean, here's the thing. If it costs somebody to get saved, do it.
Oh, well, then that's different.
If it
Maybe
costs
I'm
somebody
good
to
then.
get saved, do it.
Yeah, you saved already. Just stay that way.
But you knew that he witnessed it by the life he lived after it.
Yep.
It was evidence
True.
of how.
True.
You knew it. You knew it was
That's
very
true. All
controversial.
y'all in church right now, so y'all see some stuff. I believe it now. I know Mike sees some stuff. All he talk about is God. I need God because I ain't got nothing else to fight these demons.
Man, Mike, tell that story.
Yeah,
bro.
tell us what happened, man. He was there too. Oh, y'all all lived there. Yeah, okay.
Me, Mike, and Taiwan.
I thought it was just you, Taiwan, and Fizz.
Nah, Fizz was there.
You weren't even there. Okay.
Nah, crazy story. It started with my brother. He was on a bus. My brother, you pastor. He was on a bus, and this how funny how the devil worked because he was on a bus and it came off like the bus was attacking this old lady or whatever.
People on the bus?
Yeah, people on the bus.
Yeah, people on the bus.
I was like Monster House type stuff. Okay.
Yeah. So it led to him feeling as a man of God. Let me be there for it. And I'm making the story short. From that situation on the bus, she ended up walking with him all because they was at the airport to where we stayed at. It was a nice
long walk.
Long walk, dog.
Long walk.
Long. So long story, she walking with him. He ended up bringing her to the house. And this where me and Money come into play.
Hold on. Before you even get to that,
What's up?
she's prophesying to him
The whole time. Yeah,
Was it truth?
No.
That was
just.
But some things sounded so similar to what we was prophesying
Yeah,
before.
and that's what I'm about to say.
As soon as she walked through the door, stomped and pointed at me and started prophesying to me, and the stuff she said was like
Accurate.
Was accurate.
Very on the nose. So this way,
Witches knows. The witches be nosing.
But nah, and that's where it get tricky because I'm in a room, Money in the living room, Shy come in the house, and us. That's time where we starting to get God.
He was fasting that time too.
Yeah, that's what I say.
Yeah.
Everything out the window. We starting to draw close to God. We trying to hear His voice. So I'm in the back because she never seen me, and I said, "All right, God," I said, "If that's you, let her identify that I'm in the back." And it got to the point. Literally, this wasn't like no 45 minutes. This couple hours.
Yeah, this is hours.
Yeah, it started getting
It was
dark.
daylight and then
Started
nighttime.
getting dark, dog. So in that process of that happening, God never answered me. So now I'm starting to get frustrated. I'm like, yo, God, like for real, I'm asking you a simple thing. Just help me. Like I want to know. This is me trying to get close to you. Long story short, enough is enough. I go out the room because at this point I was in there for a minute, and the whole time back there, I'm hearing her prophesy to Jair. Money is Jair, y'all. prophesied to Jair and my brother. And I'm
Still
like,
ain't saying my name. Right?
And Jayet is Jair.
Jair.
So you got to translate that from the Greek
No,
and Hebrew
it
to
doesn't
English.
matter.
yeah. So now I'm listening, and we just was at church because 40 days, different stuff going on, and I'm like, yo, she on the nose, but something ain't right. And money, you're a witness to this money. Anytime we start bringing up baptism and these things, that's where we start finding out who people are, right? So, right?
We challenge the doctrine.
Yeah, there we go. So, long story short, so
Shame to y'all, man.
she cooking in the house and everything. I'm like, lady, you don't know us. Then she actually take a shower.
Y'all let some random lady cook
I
in your
mean,
house?
we men of God to me, so we trying to.
I'm not
be
letting
the-
no random
They
person
thought
cook in my
God-
house.
they
People
thought
do
God-
witchcraft with food.
No, we never ate. We never ate.
Oh,
They thought
okay.
God
You know, we
was
wasn't
prepared
stupid.
When she went in the bathroom to wash her face or something,
Yeah.
first off, I didn't even see this teddy bear.
Oh no, for real.
What?
Dang, money.
She had a big old school horror movie teddy bear
horror movie teddy bear.
just sitting there. I'm like, where did it come from?
Look,
Right?
let's keep in
That was
mind.
that was the craft of the witch right there in that teddy bear. But go ahead.
Let's keep in mind, yo. She looked like she was straight out of Color Purple Rosewood, them old slavery movies, and we not being funny. We keeping it a buck. Let's get to the nitty gritty, dog. So
Yeah, get to the good stuff.
I'm like, so she sitting, she do some Indian style sit on the floor, and I said, all right. She go to prophesy to me, and right when she go to prophesy to me, I get straight to her. I said, hit her with baptism. I hit her with, oneness and all the stuff that, what we do. She literally stopped what she was doing, and she said, I'm of the devil. And then money, you got ask Jair. I said, how is it that they of God and them of the devil, we speak the same thing? Am I right, money?
That's facts.
So from there, the whole atmosphere changed. She go from regular, she started tweaking. She get up, she said, I can't remember exactly what she said, but it was something along the lines of,
She tried to use a scripture on that.
yeah, she tried to use scripture.
About go ahead.
No, say that. 'Cause I didn't remember that
It
part.
was the scripture about when somebody don't accept you, you
Throw this dirt over your shoulder.
and dust off your feet.
So,
She dust off her feet.
yo, in the middle of the floor, because at this point she's standing up. I'm sitting down, money on the left.
She have
I
dust on her feet for real.
don't know what she had, but they got real demonic because she got up, she's stomping dust on her feet, throwing her shirt, she started hitting scripture. So at this point, she go out the door.
And she asked us to take it.
Yeah, she asked him. Now I ain't gonna lie, hey money, I am sorry to you and Shaq because I wasn't gonna go with him, so I volunteered. Then they dropped her off at the.
He's
It
so
was
dirty.
It was even worse. Like it still was bad. Like after that, we had in the car. She had her teddy bear sitting down. First off, we had a bottle of anointed oil.
Oh man.
Inside the car, right? Right. We was driving. As we was driving, I'm looking at Taiwan like, yo, this is nuts. What's happening? Do you hear her talking? Like, I don't know. She was doing math. Like she was just, yeah. And she'll say something.
He ain't lying.
She'll
Yeah, I see it.
I was like, who's she talking to back there? I'm looking at him like, who's she talking to? And then she started saying stuff. And she was
That
like,
was
I'm gonna
funny.
bless you or something. She was saying something. Y'all give me a hotel. I said, dang,
You were close.
who paid for this? We get to the hotel on Jonesboro Road.
Dang.
We just docked.
Sorry.
And I get to the hotel.
Nobody lived there no more.
We get to the hotel and it's like, she's still talking to us. She's talking whoever she's talking to the teddy bear, and then she's talking to us. And then we get to the hotel, and now we in the hotel, and she's like, "Yo, can I get a room?" My man said $70-something, and I was the only one that had money.
Because your name is Money. Makes sense.
So I got a room, and then she hugged me and then kissed me on my cheek. I said, "Yo,
Them demons be
I gotta
kissing on the
take-
cheek like
I got to
all
take
the
a
time.
holy bath or something. I don't know what I had to do. Right, kiss me on my cheek. She took money from me, yo. Kiss me on the cheek.
That's that Judas
Right.
kiss right there.
And then we went
30
home.
pieces of silver kiss right there.
You stupid. We went home, right? And then when we get out the car, I looked in the back seat like, yo, what happened? We had anointed oil in the back. I'm like,
Full
"Oh,
bottle."
we had anointed oil in the back. I went back there, it was nothing back there. It was like no evidence of oil was even
In the bottom.
in the bottle, or it didn't even look like it spilled on the floor.
Did it?
It was gone.
It was
Did
going
it spill on the
for
floor?
The amount of oil we had, no, it was like,
it was a full bottle.
You said it didn't
Full
look
bottle.
like it
It
spilled on the floor.
my
I
yo,
thought
gosh.
it was barely any evidence of it not being in no more. And I'm like, Where the oil at? I don't even see nothing. That was
Nah,
today.
you know what make matters worse though? Before they even picked up this the part where we all knew that it was not of God. We knew it wasn't of God, period, but we seen it for what it was. When she opened the door to leave, after she dusted her feet up before they took her, and that maybe was our cue not to take y'all to take out me. But she stood in the doorway. This lady looked at me regular at first.
Yeah, we need to get to that.
Yeah, before
That was the part I was trying to get.
yeah.
I literally got in my notes.
Right over that.
The lady, their face changed.
Yeah.
They got it in my notes.
I seen it. I didn't even know what you was talking about. Like, what are you talking about?
Hey yo, before our eyes, she went from like looking young, and she could have been my complexion. She started looking dark. She started looking old. Like she started showing herself to us. What made it even more crazy, yo?
Then she looked young again when we drop it off.
Yo.
Go ahead.
What made it even more crazy? She cursed us.
She did.
She cursed us, and then it started raining. I can't make this up. No, I can't make this up. I gotta tell you, it started. That's how long. It started raining. She changed before us. She looked at and she never came back in the house. She stood at the door, cursed us. Her appearance changed. It started raining, and in between that is when it's like, yo, Sean Jair, yo, just take her somewhere. And I guess the other part where they dropped up to the hotel.
Right.
But Money didn't even forgot to tell you the part where she said, "I'm gonna see you again." But keep in mind, she told
she did say
she
that.
told them that. She told
we
y'all
was
that.
thinking about that joint for weeks.
Did she ever see y'all again?
Nah.
Well, we should have posted this video.
The devil is a liar.
Yeah, you right.
Don't be inviting stuff to my house.
Nah, but all jokes, like Jaya, make it plain to everybody in the experiences we was experiencing in that house. He getting molested by spirits.
Oh man, he had to say that.
They hearing my body standing up, things pinning us down.
The
I think the
demons
lady
is,
left it.
yeah.
It was crazy, son. So
Yeah, I got molested, right? And
By
then he
the-
called me in the middle of the
Nah,
morning.
Well, you
Money.
say that, you got to clarify because
Yeah, clear it up, Money. People don't know you get molested by
people don't know what you're talking
Nah,
about.
he-
So glad I already know this
I just had
story.
an experience.
It was the demons, man.
It was
the
a demonic
devil.
experience.
It was
And
the
at the
spirit of lust or something. I don't know.
No, it wasn't. Nah.
I don't know
But
what you would call it.
all I know, that same thing what your father did with the covers over his head, I was doing exactly that. Right? It's
Jeez.
something I see because I had a dream about it, and then in the midst of the dream, I felt it while waking up. So I covered myself.
Scroll up a little bit on the mics so I can see.
I covered myself, and I felt a kiss on my forehead, and like a body on me, like. And in the dream, what I saw, if that was what kissed me, I'm like, nah, that ain't God. And then Mike called me. I'm like, dang, he called me, right? I gotta go pick him up from work. Now it's like I ain't trying to take the covers off my feet.
Oh,
I
man.
don't know what I'm gonna see. I don't know if I'm gonna see something smiling back at me. Yeah, I did it. So what? You feel me? I'm like, yo, man, Mike made me so mad. I'm like, yo,
How do you prepare for
you
like
don't prepare for that.
the demonic experience, man?
You can't prepare for it. It
Like
just
right
happens.
now, though, like in your mind, like and it, you already know, like, ain't nothing I can do.
I'm not gonna say there's nothing I can do because anytime it happened to me, the first thing that comes to my mind is call on the name of Jesus. But sometimes
Because that's what people need to know right here.
sometimes it has been times where even in my sleep, and it sucks, man, because it's like he'll take my mouth away, and I see it happening, and there's nothing I can do. So I'm like, maybe if I hum Jesus, I can like get out of this situation. But so
I
I just the
understand
first
what
thing that
that
comes to my
is,
mind.
yo.
I don't know. It's not fun.
Yo, 40 days of prayer
Oh my
put you in a whole
gosh.
different place, right?
Boy.
I
Tell
remember
me.
I went to I had a 40-day prayer. I moved in my mother's house, right? Moved back to my mother's house. I was sleeping in the basement.
That's why I
Right,
want
that
to
was
live
money.
here.
I'm sorry, Ma, but I gotta say this.
Hey,
Right.
I just no, Miss Jackson. Sorry, Miss Jackson.
I'm sorry.
I didn't say none of that. They got nothing to do with that.
But my mother was into that, sorcery stuff, that the crystals. She
But
had
that's
the-
a testimony, though. So.
Yeah, she had the
It is.
Wicca book. She had all the different type of gods and stuff, and just plastered on the walls. All this stuff. She was, doing like, actual witchcraft stuff. But for peace and stuff like that, I guess whatever her intentions was.
Yeah, she didn't have a mindset.
She didn't have a
to,
mindset
like,
of bad intentions. She was just like trying to like stuff like that. Still witchcraft, still in the same.
Yeah.
She did a spiritual bath. And ever since she did that spiritual bath, on that 40 days of prayer, I was going through it downstairs. Right? Every night, every night, every day, I would see demonic stuff. It was like a bunch of flies just all in one area coming at me. And it's like they'll be red. One time that joint spelled out the word death. And then one time I seen a figure in the hallway, contorted. It looked it like it was like a zombie, but it was gray and it was full of flies. I'm like, I don't know if it's the Lord of Flies, whatever you call that, Bell, something like that, whatever name they have for that. But when I seen that, I was so used to it, and I'm calling the name of Jesus the whole time, every single time. Only get 3-4 hours of sleep before I got to get up and go to work. Right? Every night was a fight. I remember one time my mother came downstairs. It was 2 a.m.
Why are you already laughing?
Does Mike know all these stories?
He probably does.
2:00 in the morning.
I don't know if she came downstairs though.
What type of correlations y'all be? I had a green apple and say, yo,
oh my goodness.
Jeez.
Right.
Okay.
So she can't. I didn't know she came downstairs. Right. Let me finish, please.
All right.
You can't even breathe.
Right. I'm sleeping on the couch.
You crazy.
And she came downstairs, and I heard rustling in the closet, like somebody moving furniture.
What?
I said, "Yo, he bold today." So I stood on the couch. I yelled Jesus at the top of my lungs.
Got your fly swatter and stuff with you?
Yo, I was screaming. My mother came out the closet. All you do is clean it. I said, "What?" 2 a.m.
Bro, if you don't believe in this stuff and you see something like that, you're gonna be
I
like,
just messed my head up.
what
man.
the heck is he doing?
That's hilarious.
Whew. Yeah, man, y'all taking
I ain't.
my energy away, boy.
Oh my gosh.
I
That
hope
was
my
funny.
mother see this too.
Let's read a few of these chats, bro. All right, so Aliana says, I'm only here for the celebrity Tamiah. All right. And Dalibon. I was doing tarot cards and praying to God, not realizing he wasn't in it, opening doors to the demonic. My house was full of activity. And also she says, I had good intentions wanting to help people spiritually, then thank Jesus for showing me my way. The next week, God led me to my brother's church, and I was radically delivered from the spirits.
Thank you, Jesus.
Yeah, amen to that.
Yeah.
That's a testimony, because
That's typically what happens when it comes down to tarot cards. But it freaked me out more than anything when my little sister told me she got a tarot card reading. Because the first thing that came to my mind was, why would you do something like that? I have never had a tarot card reading. I used to watch them because it was like, I'm not gonna lie, that was probably a bad thing, because most of the time as they were flipping the cards, I was like, you gonna get death. Watch. You gonna get death. I always thought it was gonna be something
you watch
negative.
it like a reality TV show. Dang, girl. That's how you looked at it?
In a sense, yes, because I knew part of it wasn't, I'm not gonna say it wasn't real, but it was more so like, it was a part of it that was entertaining to see what the card was gonna be once they flipped it. And then after a while, it was like, the people who got death, did they really die? Like, are they really gonna die? And I got worried, and I was like, I should probably start reading this, because I don't think that's a good thing. And then my little sister told me at random one day, I was talking to her about Jesus, which was so weird that she brought it up, and it kind of made me mad. She was like, yeah, my friend, she gave me a tarot card reading. And I looked at her, and I was like, why would you do something like that? She was like, it's not a sin. I said, it is. It is. And you playing with your life, but okay, I wouldn't do that. She asked me why. And I said, because you're inviting demonic spirits in your life that you didn't have before, because now that's a spiritual attachment to you that you openly invited. You didn't even have to figure it out. I just wanted to see my future. I said, horoscopes used to tell me I would feel some type of way each and every day, and I found out they were lying. I remember going to Instagram one day, oh yeah, today the Cancer's gonna feel like this, and my day was horrible, and I was really mad.
That's interesting.
See, I think,
because I got a certain perspective on horoscopes, but you go ahead.
with the tarot card readers, I'm be honest. This still applies to people in church, right? Other than just tarot cards. Tarot cards, everybody wants to know what the future holds.
Of course.
Everybody wants to know.
True.
Like even pertaining to prophecy, sometimes you get so comfortable with hearing prophecies, you want to hear something for the future. It's still like you wanting a reading.
Yeah,
like,
it's very exciting.
It is very exciting. It's like that's when you got to be careful, because you can dip off basically being the same people who want tarot cards. You can become that person in church. It's like
That is true.
There's always a counterfeit to what God has. So it's like it's very familiar to you. Like it can become a very familiar thing. But that's just my opinion on tarot cards.
I think people forget, and I remember when Pastor said it because I went home and cried because it freaked me out, and I don't even know why it had the effect on me that it did.
The Bible is more so word prophecy.
Got it. I appreciate you.
But I remember being in service one day, and I don't know if I was going through something or not, but I remember he prophesied something to me, and then right after we were in the service, and he said, "I just want y'all to know that the devil can bless you too," and it messed my head up because I was like, "Oh my gosh, I have to look at things differently," because sometimes, especially being a new Christian and going into the church, and Jair taught me that you have such a fire, you have this zeal that it's like taking over you. You're so willing to talk about God, and you're so ready to talk about it that you forget that the devil can tell you the same scriptures you just read and use it to his advantage. So when he said it, it was like, I have to take a step back now and watch the things that I say are a blessing to me, because it may not be. That's why for so long I prayed on cosmetology. Like, God, is this really the path you want me to do? And then he finally gave me an answer, because I didn't want it to be, oh, I'm in it because God blessed me with this gift. Okay, you're gifted, but that doesn't mean that that's the gift that he blessed you with, because there's a
the purpose he has for you.
Right.
Yeah.
That it may not be the purpose. And I knew I wanted to do cosmetology with God. Like, I want my clients to know I'm a Christian woman. So when you come to me, not only can you come to me for whatever service, you can also come to me for godly counseling. I'm not going to steer you in a negative direction. I don't have a reason to. I want you to ask me about God. I love when I'm at work and people ask me about God. But I also, in that moment, I was like, I don't want to do something that goes against the purpose that you have for my life. Because I could take something and be like, well, God bless. Like, I see it all the time on social media. I see girls drinking and smoking, going out to parties, and then they talk about their business, which is in the same field that I'm in. God bless me with this. God doesn't always bless you with the things that you have. I personally know that because I ended up running into a lot of money one day, and I remember posting on Instagram. I was like, God bless me with it.
Amen.
Yeah, it was.
That's how y'all got married.
Oh, you talking about my
To a lot of money.
And I remember buying a whole bunch of stuff. And later on throughout the week, my mom was like, the money you got is fast money. You're going to lose it just as fast as you got it. And she told no lies. Now that I'm in church, looking back on it, it wasn't a gift from God. But I took it and viewed it that way because I was in the world. I wasn't looking at it as, this money's probably not good. I should do something good with it versus doing something bad with it.
Now.
No,
it's not good money. It's bad money.
It's self-snitching.
Money bad. Money bad.
I'm done.
Let everybody. No, go ahead.
I'm all right.
I know how you came in this to me.
I'm a changed
Hold up. Wait
I'm a changed woman. But no, I view blessings. When people say they're blessed, I view it differently. I definitely wasn't selling no drugs. Don't believe that, please.
I'm just playing.
I was not about that life.
Because I know the verse that everybody was thinking about when she said that. Following out after signs.
Yeah, following out after signs. Yeah.
So, the signs shall follow you.
Yes.
You said don't mistake gain for godliness. That's true. That's another one. Well, don't gain, what is it? To gain the whole world and lose your soul.
Yes.
What profits a man to gain the world and lose the soul? So the way that I view horoscopes, right, depending on what mindset you're in, they can be very true, right? Yep. But it's kind of like the Bloody Mary thing. I mean, I don't want to say, the direct correlation. Yeah, I've said it 2 times on the podcast. I won't say it again. No, I'm saying.
Look in the mirror, though.
You're right. True.
You good.
Does the camera reflection count?
Oh, I don't know. I'm not even finna verify for you.
I don't want to risk it. But so it's like that. It's true in a sense, but then it's like, because I feel like if it's not true at all, then how could it really be? Well, it could be demonic, maybe just because of rebellion. But like my perspective is, I mean, I could be wrong, but my perspective is, there are a lot of things in the horoscopes that are true based on how you were born into sin and this is who you are, right? But then when you're changed by God, then, because mine, Libra, it says I am indecisive, says wear good dresses or whatever, hey, I'm gonna take what I can.
I know it said that.
Easy to get along. Everybody's like, oh, I love a Libra. Oh, Libras are so, they're just so great. But they say we're indecisive. So I was like, interesting. So I was like, hey, bro, where you want to eat? Where you want to All women are Libras. I'm just like, no, I'm not gonna say that because, but no. So then somebody said, hey, where you want to eat? I said, Waffle House. I just said something because it's like I'm not gonna be indecisive. I'm fighting against whatever flaws they put on me. I asked this one girl. I said, so you're I don't know what she said. What's the Aries? Is there another one that starts with A? I don't know. But let's say Aries.
Yeah.
I don't know what she said, but we'll just say that. Like, I was like, what are the flaws of that sign? She was like, we be too real sometimes. I was like, so is that a flaw? Not really, because sometimes you gotta be real. You feel like, yeah, so what's a flaw of the sign?
Just too manly.
You know what I'm saying? You said what?
I think she was a little manly, but
well, I didn't want to act it out like too feminine.
So I was like,
you know,
don't do that.
She did a little bit, but I don't want to go too far into that. You feel me? The witchcraft activity of sinfulness. No, just playing. No, but yeah. So that's how I view horoscopes. I think they're somewhat true, just like the devil can prophesy true things to you. But then if you follow that path of truth, it's going to lead you to a lie. It's going to lead you to death.
That's true.
So that's how I feel that he came at Adam and Eve. He told them some true things, but the intentions were to lead them to a lie. Like, because horoscopes cannot lead you to God. They're going to lead you in a direction of, yeah. So I try to look at it like that. I think that
Can I say something? Way to look at it.
No. So, Jair, what? No, just play. You go ahead.
Nah, you good. What I say, I don't.
Why are you yelling?
Oh, you right.
Yeah, I'm just throwing out stuff. So you disagree, you feel something else.
I feel like when it comes to that, it's not so much that it's true. It's one of those. If I pay attention to whoever came up with this, paid attention to certain people.
You scroll up because we can't see all the mics.
Oh, all right. I feel like levels. Whoever came up with this, they paid attention to certain people patterns, and then they apply these things so it could come off. Okay, you had like an Aries or this. And they apply that to it because they paid attention to patterns. Yeah.
I just try to ignore it because he says that all the time. I'm just like, you know what? Yeah. I'm not even gonna do that to him. But
bear with my sling though. But I feel like that it just whoever came up with it
that way too.
They paid attention to our patterns and whatever, and then they apply these things. So now they come off like, that they have a sense of truth to it.
Did anybody spell that word in your head when he said that?
I did, and it made me mad.
All right, just clarify. I'm not alone.
I got an opinion after you, Mike.
All right,
you go ahead. I'm sorry, I couldn't help it.
So that's kind of why I said, not to keep repeating myself. That's all it is. I don't, because a half a lot's a whole lot, no matter how you put it. A little witchcraft is all witchcraft, no matter how you put it. So and there's no truth in it if it's from the devil. So
agree.
Yeah, all it is the same before I pass it on. The third time repeating myself. Whoever came up with it. Obviously, it wasn't of God. It was worldly. Whoever came up with it just paid attention to certain patterns humans have and said, okay, this individual.
Yeah. I knew it was coming.
Yeah, let me get it.
I knew it was coming, so I couldn't help.
Y'all get what I'm saying.
I have an answer, but
go ahead, money.
But that's all for Mike's patterns.
You stupid. To me, I think it's all associated with familiar spirits, right?
Yeah.
All the words that they use to describe people is so vague that anybody could fit into that category.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
So it's like I don't think it's as well thought out as people make it out.
Yeah.
To an extent, it is, but then again, it isn't because I'm stuttering. That's what I am doing. I'm gonna use what Jai said as an example. I was talking to somebody one day. And they asked me what my birthday was, and I lied. I probably shouldn't have lied, but I knew what they were asking me for, and I think I said April or something.
I know the strategy.
And they were like, and they were like, "Oh, you're a Taurus, or you're a this. That's why you're so stubborn." I said, "My birthday is July 15th. That's how I know you don't know what you're talking about. You just assumed because the way I'm acting currently, I'm associated with the sign, but
they were right, but they just had the birthday right. Stubborn.
I'm a little stubborn. Yeah.
She's stubborn, y'all.
But I believe, and I got this knowledge from my little sister because she's been studying it for I don't know how long, which is really bad.
Well, you exposing her here.
Because I want her to know.
Even say your sister.
I didn't.
Well, go ahead,
horoscopes came from astrology and I believe a part of mythology, but I don't know if it was Greek or the other one.
Oh.
It is based off because nowadays I'm not even gonna lie, it threw me off because now you could be
it came out way before
a
Greek.
crescent moon Cancer or a full moon Taurus, and I'm like, when did y'all start putting out moons?
Yeah, they got divisions in Scorpio.
Right, I was like,
astrology came out before that, but go ahead.
It did. I was like, what is this? It's so weird. Now
maybe it's connected or some way.
It is supposedly because we have
It goes deeper than just your signs. It goes into moons and
the stars,
certain hours of the day you was born, and
planets.
you was born. You're this type of Taurus. If you're born on this.
Yeah, because when I said
it goes deeper.
Yeah, Libras are like this, it's like I don't think I'm like
I
that.
say that all the
then
time.
they're like, yeah, but you're like probably a half moon one or a sunset one. I don't know how they described it, but
right.
but you're a different kind.
My thing concerning is like, where's the source for this? Who has?
It's
where's all the? It's like, okay, there may be a source right here, but this source saying something completely different. So who is the objective source? I'm sorry, who's the objective source of horoscopes and astrology?
Who studied astrology? What was his name? I can't remember.
No, astrology was already.
Up, bro.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No. It's a guy who wrote a book on it, and he was like the main astrologist or whatever. I learned about him in school. In that book, it tells you about what are they called? Correlations.
Constellations.
Well,
y'all really know.
I'm not the only one out here messing up words.
I couldn't think of what
I brought the right people up because I don't know nothing about this stuff.
Constellations.
I just got theories.
You know how we have the Big Dipper, the Little Dipper. Your horoscope is actually a constellation.
Yo, fix your mic because we can't hear you.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
Oh my gosh, I can't deal with y'all.
The itch scared
This
you.
is ridiculous.
Your face was about to change.
Every horoscope has a constellation, and that's kind of where they get it from. But also, we all have planets apparently. That's where our water signs and stuff come from. So I'm like, okay, y'all just coming up with the most thought out way to say that you're something that I don't want to be a part of, but that's cool.
Tim West says astrology of the gaps. So, yep, I think that's a pretty good way to explain it. The reading of the star, I thought she said Star Wars. The reading of the stars were taught to man by fallen angels. I never heard that before.
That sounds accurate.
Yeah, demonic spirits.
However you look at it, it's true.
Familiar spirits are fallen angels. So, yeah.
Tim West says astrology came from the same place. Oh, yeah, that's one of my
Susie said
one of my agnostic friends.
Susie said analogy of the gaps. I'm like, yeah, I know.
I kind of felt that way too.
Yeah. Susie said that.
So I was like, yeah. I mean, so you can find some common ground with these people sometimes.
Yeah, we can agree on the analogy.
We can agree on that.
Astrology of the gaps. Let me say.
But you know what? I agree with his last sentence too because we don't believe in gods with a lowercase g. So I agree. That is the same place that the false gods came from.
They the fallen angels, lower G.
Yeah, that's true. So anime, right? There's some stuff on anime that's definitely witchcraft, right?
Yeah, of course.
And I want you to speak about how deep you got into it because we talked about this.
Oh yeah,
you got really deep
yeah.
into this anime stuff. I don't know, were you one of the people that was running around like Naruto, or were you in deep in a different way?
He was Sonic.
Were you doing blast at people? I forget what they call it. Throwing shurikens.
Hey, Money, before you say something, I want to say this. Coraline is not demonic. I'm done.
Yes, it is.
We'll talk about that in a second.
And I can't wait.
I don't even know what that is.
It's a movie. It's supposed to be a kid's movie, but
we'll let you and Mike debate that out in a minute.
It's stressing me out.
Okay, yeah. As a kid,
y'all are in perfect unison. What's going on?
Oh my goodness.
Finishing each other's sentences in couch sitting positions. Couch adjustments.
Yeah.
All right. So before we get into that demonic conversation he's trying to bring up,
I'll let him have this one.
Okay.
I forget who was talking about. Anime. You got deep into it, yeah.
Yeah, it's like anime.
Move just a tad bit closer to the mic.
I think.
You can relax. Just you know.
Oh my gosh.
All right.
You know, when it comes to anime, it's a lot of.
Let us know which shows too,
Let's not do that.
Get detail, because we need to know what.
I still watch some of these shows.
What were you watching, bro?
Oh, that's on you.
Everything that we see on TV is all mythology. There's a lot of stuff that we watch that's like historically mythology, like Dragon Ball Z, Japanese gods and stuff like that. Goku's a Japanese god and stuff like that. Everything has historical mythology in it. Video games, all that. Marvel, same thing. But when you get to a point, it could become idol worship. You know, anime can become idol worship. Like it's like you really have a connection with somebody. You know, these things are not real. It's like you know, you idolize them, and then you get to the point where you try to do what they do. And it's like I remember as a kid, I was trying to, you know, I'm over here trying to form energy balls in my hand. Right? You feel me? And the funny thing is,
that's the crazy part, right?
At that time, it felt so real. You feel me? Yeah, it was I remember I did it, right? I was doing it. You know, we had all the lights off. You know, it was a bunch of us. Yo, we took pictures and videos. Like you will see something, and it's like I don't know if like it's the camera.
It's like a placebo effect.
Could be, but it's like it felt. It's like there was confirmations for you that the stuff was like, you know, you thought the stuff was real. It was confirmations. Like I watched my sister do it. I'm like, you know, I'm seeing some stuff.
Jasmine like, did that job, bro.
You just exposed yourself.
He did. I didn't expose.
Sorry.
I didn't say. Well, I did say my sister.
You did. You don't have a bunch of them.
If they don't know your sister, they don't know who Jasmine is.
I got 3 sisters, so you know.
You got 3 sisters? Oh well, it's in the past, so it's all right.
Yeah, so it's like you know, then you see some people on YouTube.
The Goku dude. Yeah, bro. I feel bad because I was like, bro, I kind of want it for you too. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, I want you to turn Super Saiyan.
But
if you could,
you're not next. But you're not gonna be on. You're not gonna be with God either. That's the problem.
That's not what I thought when I saw those people doing.
You know,
stuff.
at the same time, I was a kid. I still knew of God, right? I said, yo,
ain't nothing wrong with a little extra anime power and God together, right?
I said, regardless if this is real or not, this ain't power coming from God.
Yeah, tell him what happened, bro. Tell him what happened, because you talking about the stuff that you know is debatable. What's the stuff that happened that you know, like, oh no, something just happened. You had to think, right?
Like, I think it was the idea of me seeking that power.
I think it was a moment you said something that really happened though. Like you moved something, right?
Oh, you talking about like telekinesis?
Yeah, bro.
Trying to practice that. Yeah, you see people on TikTok doing that joint now. And sometimes we look legit, but it's like
it's hard to believe a lot of that stuff.
I'm a skeptic, so it's like I'm skeptical about a lot of things.
Because I do a lot of video magic, right? So it's hard to believe. Even Chris Angel, they showed him.
I used to love Chris Angel.
It's hard to believe a lot of stuff. Now David Blaine, he's the only one that's like real, so he's the one that scares me. Like I wouldn't let him stay over in my house.
I used to watch Chris Angel a lot too. Chris Angel, David Blaine.
Chris Angel one.
He used to do things that just seemed impossible.
Though, but the stuff he did looked demonic.
It did. Didn't he freeze himself in an ice cube or something for 24 hours?
That sound like David Blaine.
Oh, because I was like, how did he survive?
David Blaine's brain is on.
Yeah, he put himself in a straitjacket and tried to get himself out of water.
You know, a lot of people have tried to attempt it and died.
He's better than Houdini. He is.
Houdini.
Yo, when I seen a frog come out of his mouth, I'm like, yo, he practices Antichrist stuff.
Yeah. That's some. If you don't believe that stuff is real, David Blaine, bro. I
didn't watch him. I used to watch Chris Angel so much. I begged my mom for tickets one year, and she told me no. And then
she told you no.
And then like a few years later, I remember waking up at like 3 a.m, and it was this show called Magic Unleashed, and they were exposing all of his tricks. And it broke my heart because I thought it was real. I was so mad.
Yeah, they was exposing.
They were.
Tricks,
yeah. It was like 3 seasons long, and I said everything this man has done just went out the window. I think he had died after that, and I was like, "Well, that sucks."
He dead?
Chris Angel? Isn't he?
Oh my God, he was dead.
Did I wish death on somebody?
I don't know.
I don't know. You
be careful to me.
I didn't.
Chris Angel's the man.
Did he? Maybe he didn't. Maybe it was a magic trick.
It made me mad when people say they like Chris Angel more than David Blaine, though.
I haven't seen anything he's done though, so I can't.
If you ain't see David Blaine, I understand, but
I don't think I want to now.
Nah. But you said you said that you moved something, right?
Oh yeah, I was trying. I don't. But here's the thing. I don't know if it was the wind. I don't know if somebody cut the fan on.
What was it?
But I don't even know.
I thought it was a cup or something.
It was a cup. I think it was a cup.
Yeah, what type of cup? Like a mug, like a coffee mug, or like?
It was like a plastic cup.
All right, so the next subject we're gonna talk.
I figured it was a plastic cup.
But you did in your mind like think, yo, if anything's moving this, if something's moving this for real, it's the demon. So I'm gonna stop doing this.
That's hilarious.
It was the idea of like seeking power that's not of God was caused me to stop. Like, yo, this is not associated with God. No matter what, because even at that time, I thought about nothing but good intentions.
Yeah.
And I was like, nah, it's still not of God.
So you with moving cups and Tamiah with the yoga, like y'all gotta get it together, man. Honestly.
I never practiced. He did.
That's right. She never even had a class.
Never, no. Watching anime has never given me that effect. Like even in middle school, watching boys run down the hallway like Naruto running, and then shadow clone jutsu people, and nothing happened. It was hilarious to me. I'm like, where you power at? Since you Naruto now.
I never knew about anime like that when I saw it. I thought anime was like the dumbest junk in the world for like weirdos. That's what I thought at first. I was like,
so you watch Naruto?
I was just yeah. I've seen Goku, but I was like, that's the one everybody watches. Nobody's weird for watching Dragon Ball Z. But when I saw people doing like I don't even know what they were doing at the time. Probably
running with their hand behind their back.
It's probably some Naruto stuff. I don't know all the moves.
They got the headbands.
What's the moves, bro? Like what are they called? I forget.
I know they have shadow clone
like
jutsu.
Shadow clone or whatever.
And then they have something else, but I can't remember.
Ninjutsu, but they were doing like what's his name? Ninja. What were they?
Neji.
You talking about like they was doing?
I can't even remember what Neji did.
Yeah, but they had like they called them out like Power Rangers.
Oh,
bro. That's what I'm saying.
Because you know how when they doing it, they call out what it is. Yeah.
Yeah. They were saying this stuff. I was like, what are y'all talking about? Why does everybody know how to speak Japanese? Yeah. What is? I'm like, what are you? Why do y'all know how to say this? Chinese. I can't do it. I watch the dub version.
Yeah.
For anime for dummies.
I used to.
That's what I watch. But Naruto changed my life, bro. Any demons in there, it's not my world. It's Naruto's world.
Yeah.
I don't believe in the demons.
Just look at it as
those are different characters. They're fictional characters. They're not of the real life, the real world.
I feel that way about jujitsu.
I separate,
I can understand.
I separate that made up reality and this reality. You know what I'm saying?
But I can see the effect that it can have on kids.
I've seen the effect it had on grown men.
The jacket right there.
Like grown men, like 40-year-old men. That I would love to go to a Comic-Con to like pick up comics, but I've never in my life been so freaked out by somebody in cosplay, because in my mind it when you see it on social media, it's like, oh, that's pretty cool, you dress up, whatever. But those people live like that every day. So nothing against you, but me walking into a place where it's natural and I'm dressed like this, I'd be looking at y'all like, what do y'all have on? And they look at me like, why am I not dressed up?
That's true. It becomes like,
it's like their life.
Worship.
Yes.
It becomes idol worship, and it's like, this is who I want to be.
Yeah, and it's weird. I don't know. It just
I mean, Kakashi, really bro, that's my dude, bro. I ain't gonna lie. If I ever did so, I'll probably dress up just like that dude, bro. If I ever went, but I'm not gonna be like I ain't gonna lie. I might do it. You watch a movie, bro. We watched some Jackie Chan movies in the theater.
Facts. Yeah,
we came out of there hopping around, bro. Yeah. We came out of there kicking around like we got out of the Get Out movie. I was like, hey, Jair. I did the whole. You all right? It's like, get out of here. You know what I mean? It was
trying to check.
You get it. These movies will pull you in, bro. You gotta be careful. Now,
that's very true.
What's the biggest problem with the horror movies, man? Like what happens to these people? Why do they keep dying in these movies, man? What's the issue? Because these movies are real, bro. And if you look at the movies like I feel like this is exactly how it would happen. None of them make it out. Is there a horror movie where they made it out? Bro?
It's there are a few, but they end up dying in like the sequel.
Ask that man back there.
You know the stuff, man. Yeah.
What
You asking?
Mr. Michael Bisson, horror game Christian.
Tell him the question again.
Why do these people in these horror movies, they never make it out, bro?
We talking about?
There's probably a few where they do, but for the most part,
They all die.
And if they're part 2,
you feel like they make it
That's
out.
why I say they die.
The person who made it out in part 1, they don't make it out part 2.
Yeah.
You
It's
mean
someone
like
else
act
making
the
What are they doing
actors.
wrong in them? Because these movies are true. Like, what are they doing wrong? Why can't they make it out?
I know.
a lot of times because they don't have no Jesus in it. Prime example, The Exorcist is based off a true event. It's an African kid in Africa that got possessed, and that's what that movie is based off of. Amityville Horror,
Oh yeah.
real events.
Never seen it.
But
I
the
wanna
thing
see
with it, you got no offenses, the audience, but there was a lot of Catholic stuff going on. They mixed Catholic and Pentecostal stuff up, or I would
They
say
mix it with Pentecostal.
they mix it up because, in a sense, I'll give an example. Like,
I ain't never seen no Pentecostal horror movie.
no. I'm getting at the fact that
We in one right now. Every time I speak, I'll just like,
yeah, you know, like if you can ask some Christians, they think holy water is real, or no offense, watch yourself, but they think holy water is real. The Catholic things, these Catholic beasts, they try to. No offense, they try to.
Coming.
No, because old horror movies, most if you notice,
It's a lot of.
it's
mainly
priests.
It is
Catholic.
what
It's
happens
no
in
pastors in a
movies,
sense. It's priests.
They use priests because
Fathers.
of the I don't want to say the Roman symbol, but most Catholics carry around rosary. They carry around a cross with them.
Yes.
And I have noticed that because the first and last movie I've ever watched that was like really about possession was in City. I can't remember which one it was, but I will never forget the way that the little boy laid down in the bed, and it freaked me out because I knew I had to go to sleep that night to go to school in the morning. He laid down in the bed and he kept telling his mom he was seeing things. Yeah. And I was like, lady, believe him.
That's why I beat that demon up in my room for my son. You bugging.
Your son might not be there. And a part of the scene was, as soon as she closed the door, it was red glowing eyes in the corner at the top of his wall.
Yeah, my mother experienced
and
that
he
stuff.
screamed, and his mom opened the door, and she turned the light on, and he looked, and he's looking around, and it's like, it's gone. And every time the lights went off, it would get closer to him, but it wouldn't get.
Darkness Falls too. It was kind of
right. It wouldn't get closer to him in a sense of moving around the wall. It was like diagonal across from him, so it kept coming towards him to a point where he did. Everybody go under the covers. I don't know why y'all don't just run out the room.
We're gonna get you. Like what?
Yeah, when you run, that's when you trip and fall.
It's like
That's
playing
also
so many
true.
movies.
I'm not playing
like
dead.
playing dead.
You know, safest position is.
No more.
The thing about
I see that meme where he was like, I think it was on probably Family Guy. It was like, oh man, the covers. He's got the covers. We can't even. We can't hurt him. It's all right.
I don't know why
Family
people feel so. I don't know. Maybe because if you don't see it, it can't hurt you. But when he pulled
Yeah,
the
it's
covers
just
up, I said, please don't let this boy pull the covers down. As soon as he did, it was like you heard a really loud yelp.
See, the thing about the spirits, and money, you go with money, you're witness to this. The thing about the spirits, you can have lights on, you can have doors locked, they can move through all that.
They
To
can.
see one
That's
with the
why I'm
lights
confused.
Oh, that lets you know, mama.
That-
This thing,
no,
any
I don't want
demonic
to.
spirit you see in the daytime, let you know it's a top tier one. It's aggressive. Some of them it's weird because they ranked. Some of them stay in shadows. Some of them,
Yeah.
People, and it's for y'all too. If you
was
ever
an expert.
Nah, cause you just go around. If you ever came in the house, and this happened to a lot of people, they not even aware. You'll put your keys somewhere, and then you'll come back for your keys.
Where my keys?
This is how petty they are. They take your keys and hide them. Some people, I learned this growing up.
I've experienced that.
Yeah.
I don't know my
That's very
keys at right now.
Yeah, you don't. I'm about to get out of here. But even picking up stray cats, I was big on animals at it growing up. What a demonic spirit do, it would jump on an animal. So when you bring it in the house, it would jump off the animal into your wall, and it would hide in the corners. It would hide behind the TV. It would hide behind things.
Yep, Roger.
Yep.
Yep.
You
I'm
know
saying y'all like real confident, like y'all know this stuff is true.
because we lived it.
Nah, you seen some stuff
That's just
like,
not my world.
You see
here,
some
you know
stuff
what I mean?
that confirms.
I mean, not my experience.
It's
is what
stuff
I'm
that
saying.
makes every hair in your body stand up. Like money. You know the story. I remember I was watching my cousin got killed. No lie. And I was laying, and a lot of times it starts in a dream, and then you wake up and
And it's there.
Yeah, so I'm sitting here, and I'm laying down, and my dead cousin sitting on the edge of the bed kicking his feet, and it's thundering. So I wakes up, boom. When I wake up, you're like, you tripping. When I woke up, it was raining outside, so I'm like, all right, son ain't right. My kid's mother went to work. I'm with my son. So I get up because I could feel like this is not just a dream. I get up to go check. When I get up to go to my door, I go to cut my TV on because when you're dealing with this stuff, most people know not to sleep on your stomach, not to sleep in dead silence, and not to sleep in all black, all darkness, because that's when they move
Let's
around.
write those notes down, guys.
Yo,
I didn't know that.
So long story short, I go to cut the TV on, but I'm like, wait, let me shut the door because I don't want to go to cut the TV on and I see something behind me in the TV. So I get up to go shut my door. When I get up to shut the door, a black figure run past. No lie, I love Jesus to death, but I wasn't no man that day. I slammed the door. I grabbed the bed, pushed it, opened the window, jumped out of it, ran up the hill. I
fell out the window 2 times.
I had to jump out that jump. I ran.
Jumped out the window.
No, I'm not lying. Jumped out the window.
I mean, was it a healthy height? Like, did you...
I wasn't worried about none of that.
Oh my!
You don't think about that?
Yeah.
Nah.
He sure know.
I'm not. I'm sorry. I'll
Son.
wait on Jesus. I'm
So
not jumping out the window.
Mind you, I run up the hill. My kid's mother, I didn't tell her to watch this. This is funny. My kid's mother, husband was there. I couldn't tell him, yo, I just seen a demon. So I was like, yo, I think somebody broke in the house. Can you come with me? I'm dead up. So it hit mine. He thinks somebody in the house. So I'm like, I had to play it off. So I'm like, yo.
The sucker put the bed in front of the door.
Yeah. No.
He might still be in there.
No, I had to say it because it don't make sense to him. The bed, everything like it's like somebody's fighting me in there. That's how fast I was throwing stuff. The barricade myself.
Yo, he's like, what type of born identity situation did y'all get into?
Right, there's stuff
It go through the
everywhere.
wall.
It could have grabbed me and kept me in there. But long story short, we get in there. So I said, yo, you go first. So if it grabs you, I can get a hold of it. So he go
It
first.
grab you?
I mean, he,
Right, you gotta
Hey, yo,
fix this.
he high though, so he don't know. But I gotta get him to go.
Oh, okay, so.
I gotta get him to
He
go.
picked the good one.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you go.
I had to get him to go in the house
All
first.
right, yeah, it's that. Yeah.
I had to
It's
get
a
him-
demon in here, man.
Like, no, he didn't even think of that. So he like, yo, he not in there no more.
I thought it was some other.
Yeah, he thought somebody
friends.
broke in. He was like, nah, nobody in there. So I'm like, all right, bet. So I'm like, you know what, man? I'm just gonna sit up at your house with you till everybody get home. So we bored, it's raining. You feel me? So I'm saying all that to say, nah, when it comes
He's
to
like, he ain't
spirits,
never been this cool with me. What's
nah, I got cool with him after that.
I bet you did.
After that,
Cause I ain't a
look at
smoker.
God.
But all jokes, these things, they can't kill you, but they can make you kill yourself. And it could be all us in this room right now. And this is how they work. And money, you're a witness to this. All us in the room laying down sleep. And it will come in the room and only you'll be able to see it. So it kind of get real tricky when you're dealing with them spirits type things. That's why, when Pastor be like, when he casting the demons out, don't touch a person, or he say step back, or you better really be living something, because these things will literally attach themselves to you. And they will follow you home. And one more thing before I even give it back, just like the animals, the devil's not dumb. So he would jump on an individual that you're going to meet a week from now, attach yourself to it. And then when you cross paths, that'll be his way of attaching itself to you.
Yeah.
That's why you gotta stay prayed up, anointed, and in God. You feel me? And really live this thing. But that's all I'll say.
Yeah,
Very true.
I feel like the things that happen in these movies, even the priest know, like, nah, this one I ain't messing with.
Yeah.
I'm not about to mess with this one right here. It's like, but then the dumb thing is, the people in the house didn't take that as a
As
a
sign?
warning. That's a
Yeah.
pretty decent warning. Like,
Time to leave.
if like, who you gonna call? Ghostbusters, right? If they can't get the ghost out of there, like, who else? If you don't know nobody else, you better get out of there, bro.
Yo,
You can't fight this battle.
I
I'm
have a
not
story
fighting
about
nothing.
that too. About
Yeah.
an actual exorcism that was in my vicinity.
Y'all got too much going on to be in my house right now.
You stupid. I worked at a hotel in New York called Crown Plaza in Jamaica, Queens. I'm exposing.
In Jamaica.
Yes,
Exposing.
Jamaica, Queens.
Jamaica
Don't go
Queens. Don't go to Jamaica Queens, guys.
But
You just
there
gonna
was
put that out there.
Yeah, put it out there. Yeah, I hate that place.
He just
But-
saved some homes.
You just saved some people that was, honey, we gotta cancel our trip because this guy saw demons there, so we're not gonna go. All right, Bethany, unpack the bags.
But
Take Tommy's lunch out.
just like you said, people bring stuff. People have the spirits attached to them.
Yeah.
This person, I didn't see, but all the managers saw this room and heard what happened in there. They said that there was like handprints and feet prints going up a wall, like somebody was climbing the wall.
Oh
Like
no.
the demonic thing. It's like the whole room was destroyed. and it's like
Just AC.
They-
It's
they-
automatic.
All right.
that's
Nobody,
crazy.
nobody complains.
Right.
Time to leave now.
That could happen.
Get him out of here.
Hey, money, you ready?
You're still there.
That could happen at any moment of the conversation.
But we actually
And
had
then
exorcists, people who exorcise demons, come to the hotel to exorcise that room. That's what
Really?
it does.
They left with them demons.
Like the person that went in it, I seen the man. She came down. She was shaking. She was like, "I ain't never seen nothing like that before in my life. I don't never want to go back up there."
I
They
was
That's
cool.
wild.
quarantined that
yo.
room for. They quarantined that room for a long time.
They quarantined it, but one of
Quarantined.
y'all
So,
are living in
I'm
that
like,
room
yo,
currently.
I would go to that floor to deliver stuff. I'm like, yo, every time I went to that floor, as soon as the elevator opened, I'm like, yo, something is up here. And I don't never want to be. I'm over here. I'm walking mad fast through the hallways. I'm ready to take off in a full sprint if I have to. Like that joke was terrifying. Like you feel something.
I know this is random. Side note: as a child, right, and you watch horror
I missed the
movies.
AC back. But go ahead.
You get hot or something?
No, it's the sound.
Or just-
Oh, it's quiet.
Ambiance.
It's like it got mad
Oh.
quiet.
Yeah.
As a child, as you watch horror movies, you know how you may be in a living room
It'll
and
come
your
back
room
on.
is at the end of the hallway, and you know you have
Yeah.
to cut the light off so you
Put a
take
little-
off, right? You
Back
take
in.
off.
Like somebody grab your neck, like you can feel somebody grab your neck.
I used to
Take off.
hate that
Yeah.
feeling. I hated it so much. I would dive in my room like
Just the thought of feeling it's like, I feel
something's
it now.
right.
Ah.
The worst part
No.
is having to pee.
I
Like,
felt
Oh,
that.
yo,
Yeah.
having to pee at night is the worst. I'm telling you.
I ain't even gonna lie. I'm about to tell my I gotta say sorry.
Oh man, you about to tell that story?
Nah, I'm not. Mom, I'm sorry, but and y'all can call me whatever you want. But y'all ain't never lived it like we lived. It was so bad. Like all jokes. Hey, money. You love me, right, money?
Yeah.
Alright.
Right, so far.
Hey, Kid,
Right,
Kid, you love me,
I'm
right, Kid?
suspicious.
So far.
Alright. I ain't gonna ask you because if her husband love me, they won. She gotta love me. But all jokes, it got so bad. Yo, my excuses. We lived in the projects. It got so bad. Yo, my dead uncles was coming, popping up. Dogs was barking under the bed. So I'm saying this so y'all can understand the severity.
They were under the bed for real?
No jokes. For all,
I'm
no
saying
jokes.
there were real dogs on the
No, this is
None
bed.
of it's the sound.
The spirits mimic things. So this how extreme it is. They pinning me down in the bed every night. I feel like I'm about to die. So this is why I did what I did. But I'm about to tell you what I did.
It peed on itself.
No, I didn't. That was
I'm trying to figure out.
I put a hole.
I knew it.
I'm scared to hear what you gonna say. Is this
I know
appropriate
this
for
story.
No, it's
Christian
appropriate.
songs?
It's appropriate.
Oh.
He's
This
just
is
telling his experience.
Yeah.
When people testify, they don't testify appropriate things. So
Yeah,
go ahead.
that's
All right.
this is my testimony.
I testified appropriately.
All
right, look,
I'm worried here. You
I'll be like,
put a
All
hole in
jokes.
something.
No, because somebody might be in a situation. Do what I did.
Don't do it.
If you don't got Jesus, I ain't have it back then. Do what I did. You'll live. Yeah. I put a hole in the dresser and I peed in it. Cause I said I was
You
Okay.
peed
In
in
the-
your dresser?
That's
no,
not
I
a
put a hole in the wall
wall
behind the dresser so my mother don't kill me.
yeah, so he hit the
Oh,
bathroom hole.
Yeah.
He's
That's-
a-
No. Yo.
So let me,
I
let me,
don't know. I thought it was gonna be 10 times worse.
Let me
so
clarify.
That wasn't
All
as
right,
bad.
So instead
I
of
got
you getting up to go pee, you drilled a hole in your wall.
No, hey, money, you want to break this down to her? To
You
survive?
Because-
don't drill a hole. You just slowly knock one in there.
Yeah.
Slowly knock
Are you?
one
Have
there.
you peed in the
No, I
wall?
haven't peed in the wall, but I would
You
have
know
done
your
the
wall
same
has-
thing.
Appreciate you, money, for being honest.
I'll do the same thing.
why.
Do you know your wall has like
This is a project. Who cares?
stuff? Yeah, wires. There's what is it
Guess what?
called?
We moving.
Cables.
We moving then if the wire's messed up. I peed in. Yo.
You can start. Yeah, you probably could start electric.
I would have beat
That's-
the
No,
brakes
that's
off.
wild,
But
bro.
listen, Mom, I'm sorry. Don't be mad at me. I know you may be watching this.
She didn't notice?
No, Mama don't know this. Mama would have killed me. I
Tell
wouldn't
her
have had
not
to
to
come
watch
by
this
the video.
episode, bro.
It's
Nah,
like it's
text
like
her now. No,
here's the mind frame when it's
I'm
happening.
76 years old. What you
Here's the
talking
mind
about?
Oh, how'd you knock a hole in the wall that
Ain't no
day?
wall.
Hey, yo.
You got these
Man,
hands.
You heard me
Yeah,
just say
you hit the right
You
spot.
can get
then,
you can get a
Yeah, we did that
screwdriver.
we did that out of anger a lot of times.
Here's the thing.
That's some
Don't
like-
expose yourself. I didn't.
Well, kids, me and my brothers, we knock holes in the door and the wall.
I mean,
just because we ain't mad. So,
I've
yeah, I can
accidentally
understand.
punched a hole in the wall, but not to pee in it.
No, do you want?
But the thing, here's the thing. Here's the thing.
Hold on, wait, because
That ain't gonna work anyway.
it's not.
I
but-
mean,
Yeah,
Let's be
it'll work out.
nice.
We can do that. We can
possibly, but
right, but
I mean, yeah,
I
you
just
is a
want to
woman.
get the understanding behind it.
You don't,
I'm trying to explain it.
Yeah,
You
explain it,
had
please.
to wait, but you had to pee.
You know, I never
So
tried
you
to
were
pee
like,
on a
I'm
wall.
gonna knock a hole in the wall
Never tried to
and
do
pee.
that.
But you didn't think about the after effect of the pee settling and everything
Nah.
smelling
Yo,
like
yo,
pee.
hold on.
I don't
Let
think
me
you
say.
understand.
This
Explain
is
it,
on
Money.
the
This is
floor.
why
You got
Hey,
to.
Money, explain it to her,
But
please.
here's the mind frame when you in that situation.
6, 7-year-old
You ain't
child.
thinking about tomorrow. You
Word.
thinking about right now. You like, do I want to live
God said
now?
don't
You
worry
see
about
it,
I
Mom.
want to
tomorrow.
live now.
You see the morning.
What the verse say?
It's
Don't
like-
worry about the
Worry
Yeah, don't worry
tomorrow.
tomorrow. No problem.
Pee in the wall today.
Y'all are
That's
just
the word of God. No, we're not
understand-
adding to the
I
word of God.
understand
I'm
why.
just playing.
You feel me? I understand why. I'm like, yo, son, I'm not trying to go out there and die and never see tomorrow.
Hey, yo.
I'd rather get a bee and nigga die for
Hey, yo,
one.
Charlie.
I'm
Hey.
peeing in this wall.
Hey, Money, you want to be honest? I pee on my cousins and brothers because I pee on them. My mother go crazy. I never let you pee on me. So we live. I let it see another day. I was creative.
He was trying to survive. Like, come on.
That's what you got to do, man.
you couldn't have been my sibling.
And I'm telling you, peeing is your worst enemy in them situations. Peeing is the worst.
Money,
Your worst
Just turn
enemy?
all your
Your
lights
worst
on.
enemy.
No.
I thought that
Yo,
was your
friend.
salvation in those
Yo,
things.
kick her off. I'm not sure white money.
Stupid.
Am I
Because
right?
that's
Kick
what
her off.
saved you. So what you mean your
She
worst
said,
enemy?
turn the lights on.
Cut the lights on.
So you can see right there, and it starts screaming, you just drop
Yeah,
dead.
when you cut the light on, he's looking at you. It's like
You thought I was
knew I
gonna-
should have peed in the wall.
You thought I was going to leave when you turned the lights on, huh?
I
I'm
don't
still
know.
here.
They so clever,
hello.
they cut the lights off on you.
So, but here's the thing: you got parents that's like, "Yo, who cut that light on?"
Yeah.
and it's like, I ain't trying to get beaten and then die. Like, I still gotta go back. They gonna leave me in there. They gonna beat me by the bathroom, and now I gotta go back in the dark with the lights on. No,
See,
That's just crazy. Y'all, the way y'all sound,
Sound crazy.
no, y'all sound like very convincing, right? And I'm not saying y'all lying.
there's logic behind it.
But
Yeah,
it's
it really
like,
is.
bro, and I know the Bible speaks about this stuff, but bro, it's just crazy that I have never seen any of this. And I'm like, again, I say I do not want to see this stuff,
It is a blessing.
but it's just
Right.
people question, like, do people actually have experiences like this? And y'all literally talking about it like it was a brother that visited you.
My cousin
You see what I'm saying?
Here's the funny thing, right?
Well,
if I had my mind and was back then,
right.
I'm like, why don't I just have bottles?
Yeah.
No,
No,
that
that,
I just poured it right out the window and saved it.
yeah. But I didn't. My dead grandmother used to whistle. Yo,
I did it.
That's it. That's it.
my
That's
dead
it.
grandmother used to whistle in the basement. She's dead. What are we talking about here? Like, for real.
So
How you
there's
know-
no
hold on,
way.
here's the funny thing about that, right?
What's up?
How you know it's your dead grandma?
Yeah, it was in the
I mean,
basement.
I mean,
When you sleeping in the basement.
it sounded like grandma.
That's my grandmother's whistle, yo.
Every time you hear whistling, you think your granddad.
She always do that
Yo,
little-
she had a distinct way of whistling. It's like, yo, this ain't right. And then keep in mind, you go to the bathroom and you
It wasn't right when she was
You
alive.
see something.
Dude.
You see something. Hey, Ma, he's not talking about your grandmother.
I mean,
He's not talking about your. Yo,
You
he's
said it,
not.
not me. You said it, not
No.
me.
Yeah,
You
brought
said
that up.
something about the way she whistled just wasn't right.
No, I was talking about.
It's the look on his face when you say it.
It was just that
Why would you say that about your grandma?
spirit. That familiar spirit just wasn't right. That wasn't my anointed grandmother.
Clearly,
My
Okay.
sis, it was my grandmother's schizophrenic and knew Jesus. That wasn't her.
First off,
Wait,
That spirit was not
what?
schizophrenic.
First off, obviously the spirit
What is he
it's
talking
not
about?
a person.
Yeah.
I didn't know you could be schizophrenic and know Jesus.
Yeah, my grandmother. She was schizophrenic. Oh, no, my bad. Lord forgive me. Sorry, I mean, she had Alzheimer's and knew Jesus.
That's a big difference.
That is completely different.
I was like,
I'm thinking about my uncle.
she channels spirits and she served God. That ain't my anointing.
Schizophrenic people have voices in
Spirit
their
Yo, my mother
head.
about to be mad at me, yo.
Oh
Mom,
my
I'm so
gosh.
dead. I'm sorry, but one more thing. Think about that. You rush to the bathroom and these spirits just pacing the floor and you can see the shadow.
What
Or
else
they
did you
start
do,
opening the
Mike?
doors
What
and they
else
start
did you
doing
do,
something.
man?
You a child.
Yeah, you a child, and you plus you in the room with a bunch of people. I would stay in this room with a bunch of
You
people.
just
At least if somebody dying, I got the option
Exactly.
to like. I can
Why
still do
your
something.
voice shake?
I'm just saying, like, yo.
you know how messed up my mother was? Because I'm gonna put her on blast. That did your family to me. My mother was so messed up. She had us watching Selim's Lot, a Stephen King movie, Exorcist, Pet Cemetery. So these thoughts is in our head. And then my mother had the nerve to say that on Insidious, the red thing. She said, "I seen that before." So now I'm going to lay down and this.
Your eyes wide open, laid
What?
down, like, yo,
What? Hey, yo, who that in my closet? Hey, Ma, somebody in the house out there. Real.
everything you heard is like, yo, I can't believe you doing the math in your head. Like, Oh, I think they over there in that corner.
See,
Like,
I got a window.
how many people in this room? Five.
How many
At least
bathrooms
gotta
we
kill
got?
3 of them to get to me. Like,
I knocked a hole in the wall yesterday. I can try to get through there. Make it
Today,
bigger.
yeah.
I can hide in the wall
Nah.
until they leave.
you looking to see if the fire escape out the
Yo,
window?
I used to be plotting that night. Y'all niggas tell me. I'm
Maybe
like,
I cut the carpet
I'm
up
like
and
this.
sleep under the carpet.
I'm like, no, I'll be playing the game. And when you can, I'll be playing the
He
game.
fly before he even get to
I'm
that
like, yo,
situation.
somebody, I'll be playing the game, having a good time playing Sonic. Somebody, I'm about to go to sleep. I'm like, oh, you going to sleep? Alright,
Like, you can't be the last one
I'm
up.
like, yo, I love playing the game. I'm like, yo, play the game, beat this for me. And I'll sit there and try to go.
Oh, dang. Dang, come on, man.
You know you're not about to get sleep. He's trying to get it whatever he can. Like, I used to set it up.
We don't know what you said.
Hey, yo,
We can't see you, bro.
I understand my friend. That's so funny.
Hey, yo, I'll be right there trying to, I'll be ready to go to sleep. When he's spending like, I'm like, yo, I'm trying to go to sleep. Like, yo, God, please.
He was wide awake, now he tired.
Yo, I'm dead up, right? I could be
Boy,
playing,
I'm
I
getting
could
hot,
be eating.
bro.
My house is that haunted. And I'm like, yo, everybody, I'm like, yo, son, you about to go to sleep? Like, why you come on my house? Like, I don't kill you, my cousin. Nah, beat this for me. And I'll lay there and try to go to sleep. I'll put the fan. I'm like, yo, I'll take a shower first. I used to do everything. Everything was good till the sun went down.
This whole day plotting.
All right, we
Plotting.
don't need no more proof, Mike. We believe
Plotting.
you.
I
bro.
cannot
We
believe
believe that you saw stuff. Okay, let's get into this these wild card questions real quick.
Okay, that was funny.
Woo! All right, Jair about to start doing some gaming. So a lot of these questions are catered towards, a lot of stuff that but you may be able to answer some stuff too. It's the first couple questions, especially. All right, so would you spend a week in a haunted house for $500,000?
Would I spend a week in a haunted house for $500,000?
Pastor Chris can't come with you. I don't
Can
know if that
I
would make
call
a
him?
difference. I mean, he could probably call you, but if it's a haunted house, your phone
'Cause
probably gonna cut
I'll
out.
have that house, baby. That house.
You're probably
will
gonna
be
lose
so
service in a
praised
haunted
out.
house, I would assume.
Then I ain't
You know
going.
what I'm saying?
Tired.
Hey, yo, man, ain't worth, right?
I think the amount of money would be the thing that scares me. I'll be like, this would be the
if
one
it's
time that
that-
something would happen.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
if
a
it's
lot.
worth that much to stand there, I'm like, yo.
You
It's
gonna
almost
see
like
something?
it's just the contract. It's like, I'm selling my soul. But if I wouldn't be scared to stay. I mean, by myself. Well, y'all got each other. It might be a little different. Me by
I wouldn't go
myself,
with him.
Here's the thing: will the demons leave?
but by
When you
yourself,
go in
that'd
there,
be
or
10
you
times
staying in
worse.
there?
It would, but my first thought would be one, probably trying to kill me because you offered me $500,000 to stay somewhere for a week. 2, 9 times out of 10, the moment I walk in that door, the door gonna lock by itself, and I'm not gonna be able to get out, and I'm gonna freak out, and I'm gonna have a panic attack.
It'll probably
and
open
I'm gonna
at
forget
first.
everything I
It will
learned.
probably open.
It'll probably open. It'll probably open. You know how the movies be.
I don't want to
All
probably.
right.
Right? I need a
We'll
guarantee.
give you one more chance to get out.
You said
All
a
right.
week.
Yeah,
That's too long.
probably a day.
I would have to go a whole fast.
I
In the
just feel like the
closet,
money
just praying.
it would bring about a trick just
Yeah, of
because of the
course.
money.
Nah, I ain't.
Now, Mike, you thinking about it, huh?
Oh, nah, me.
He experienced stuff all the time.
Nah.
I
It
wouldn't
depends
do
how
it because
blatant loud it is.
yeah, I wouldn't do it because I know those things will follow you home. They
That
start
too.
to do stuff to you, so I wouldn't even play. I wouldn't even sacrifice for no money.
You wouldn't even get no sleep in there.
You wouldn't.
I mean,
That's a week of no sleep.
by day 4, you
I
will
think
be
if they
knocked out. I
asked like
promise you.
a atheist or something to do it, then there would be no problem.
They already with the devil. They don't know nothing.
Yeah, they
I
don't.
don't even think spirits would like follow them home.
And they get easy
I
money.
think they would
They
just be
already
like,
at their house.
Yeah.
well, he wouldn't even pay no mind with them. You know what I mean?
Probably not. They probably gonna reconfirm it. It's gonna just try to reconfirm what they already
What Pastor say?
believe.
Why would the devil fight his? Why would the devil fight his own army? Why would he fight against somebody that's working with him?
Yeah.
Man, walk out the house $500,000 richer and go home.
I mean, but there's plenty of people that don't believe in God that probably have the experience.
possibly I would believe it.
That's the thing that I'll be like. That's the thing I don't understand. There's people that say, "Oh, I believe in black magic, like that's real," but they don't believe in God. The dude from Penn and Teller, the magic show, Fool Us.
Mm-hmm.
Don't believe in God, but he believe in
Black
they say,
magic.
"Oh, black magic. That's something different. That's black magic."
But here's the thing.
It's
I think at the same time, since the devil is the god, the god of shit. No, I'm saying he's the god
Like
of
the air or
of the world,
Of this
right?
world.
The people in the people this world, right?
Yeah.
You know, and the people, he know his people, right? He know who his, right? I think what he does is confirms everybody's belief that's not in the truth. So if you don't believe in God, don't believe in anything, he's gonna make sure you still believe in that. He's not gonna give you an experience with like, oh, God gotta be real. Why would you have that experience? But people dealing with like witchcraft and stuff like that and don't believe in God and just believe in the universe, they might have an experience that confirms what they believe. It's
Exactly.
like, you know, I just think that's usually what's happening.
Okay.
Like it's deception. At the end of the day, all deception.
That makes sense because that's referring back to the devil can bless you too. I had to have a conversation with somebody. I said, you know, you can live your whole life and you have everything you want. And if you never experience the struggle, you'll never have a reason to go to God. So as long as the devil continues to bless you, you don't have a reason to look for anything
You're
else.
getting what you need.
You're getting everything you
that's
need.
scary.
It's reconfirming because it's reconfirming what you believe.
Yep.
Yeah, it's like that God's Not Dead movie where, you know, I think he was talking to his mother. She had Alzheimer's. She wasn't schizophrenic. She had Alzheimer's. Alzheimer's spelled a weird way, so I'd be confused. But he said, you know, I have lived, you know, I can do whatever I want. I could be mean to somebody, and I make so much money, and I'm living such a good life. But you're sitting here old, Alzheimer's, and you love God. And she was like, well, sometimes you don't know that you're in a jail cell because it's so soft and comfortable. But when the door closes, then it's too late. I was like, bro.
I remember
She said,
that.
what was your name again? I was like, that's her son. She just said it to her. She still had that Alzheimer's, but God still was moving through her. I was like, bro, that was the realest moment in that whole movie. That just blew my mind. But I'm going to get through some of these questions. Who you going to call?
Jesus.
I thought somebody was going to say Ghostbusters. I'm just trying to make sure everybody on the same page.
You were, I didn't think that was the end of the
Who
question.
you going to call? Jesus. All right.
I wasn't sure.
All right, now, Jaya. This is this one is more directed to you. Have you ever beat the original Legend of Zelda for what is NES? Is that
Nintendo DS?
It's Nintendo.
Yeah,
It's Nintendo.
I remember what it looked like.
Why do they call it NES? I was like,
NES
is it
NES isn't.
NES is a system.
That's 64.
Nintendo.
Not
Okay.
64.
That's
Nintendo
what I'm like,
64.
what? I remember it. You stick the game on the
It's
top.
all Nintendo though.
It's on Nintendo, but the 64 had the weirdest controller. It
I
had
love
like the
that
3
controller.
points.
Oh yeah,
It
that's my
did.
controller too. Yeah.
The NES
It was
had
shaped
the,
like
had the,
trident.
like a circular controller.
oldest one I
It had,
had
like,
was
purple
probably
and black
the
buttons on it.
Super Nintendo or the Nintendo 64. I forget which one.
We had all
We played Killer Instincts.
But I didn't get into Zelda until like Switch.
You could just say you didn't beat it. That's good enough.
I never played Zelda.
I'm just
until,
wondering.
like I got Nintendo Switch.
All right. Has a game ever made you cry?
Yes.
The game it made me cry.
Tamiah,
Yes.
are you answering for him?
I'm answering for myself.
Oh, okay. What was the game for you?
Last of Us. I had old games.
Are
that
you
made me
saying like
feel that way.
Like you playing it and you cry? I mean, it could be an emotional reason. It could be lost. I mean, I don't know.
Last of Us, the beginning of Last of
That's
Us.
what I'm saying. When his daughter.
an emotional?
I remember Mike's son was crying through the controller.
Yeah.
I was like, bruh,
The first
I'm
time
about
I
to throw
cried,
you, bruh. I was like,
I was playing. It was the only time the game really made me cry. The first time I cried, no, I lied. The first time I cried, I was playing Mortal Kombat, but I was playing the story mode. And I remember when Liu Kang died, and I think it was like the first or second one, me not knowing that later on in the game he was gonna come back to life as a zombie with the little chains or whatever. So when he died, I broke down. Like I was in the room screaming because that's my favorite Mortal Kombat character.
dang, which one was
I
this?
was definitely not expecting that.
Nah. I thought it was gonna be
I can't remember, but it was old because I
that
was
Disney
playing
game. I can't think of it.
What?
It's an older one.
It was
What's
old
the Disney game?
because I played it on
That I
PlayStation
thought.
2. No, I've never played the game.
You cried for that
You talking
game?
about Kingdom Hearts?
I thought you was gonna say something like that.
Kingdom Hearts.
Oh no!
Kingdom Hearts
I honestly,
makes me
Jared tried to get me to play it. I couldn't get into it. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
I think that's something you
cry.
gotta.
I made her
You
play
gotta start
one
when you're
over
older
two.
or something. When you're younger or something.
One is too
maybe.
stiff.
Like
It's
it's
like, but I want her to know the story though.
But-
Yeah, nah, I feel you.
That's
when
why.
you take her to YouTube and then let her play.
Yeah, then let her.
I
play
would have
part
did
two.
that way, but
Yeah, part two
yeah.
fire.
Yeah.
Like, you cannot not play
Kingdom
that.
Hearts?
that was the first time I cried. The second time I cried, I was in the middle of playing The Sims. And my brother he unplugged the computer,
Kingdom Hearts 1
and I
makes you
literally
cry.
threw
Oh,
the
yeah.
computer in
Especially
the
the
air.
end.
Mom, I'm sorry. My bad. But she had just got the laptop too. Like soon as he unplugged it, because we had been arguing all day, he literally unplugged it and the computer went off. I didn't save my game. I flipped the whole computer. I flipped it up.
I don't. Okay, which one was that?
I think it was Sims 2.
Sims 2.
It was dying.
That's before Herbs in the City. You don't know about them herbs, huh?
I do.
Sims in the City.
Yeah,
herbs.
but during that, I love the Sims.
Watada. That would have said Watada.
That did, yeah. But as soon as he unplugged it, I threw that laptop so hard, man. I was so mad because I didn't save anything I had gotten so far. I think I had played for like
From
10 hours straight. Yes.
Where's the save button? I mean, you never used it? Or,
it auto saves. No, it auto saves. But at that time, I was so invested in the game, I didn't save it personally.
Jeez, that's
so
like
when
the
he
first
unplugged
lesson,
it, when he unplugged it, I lost my mind.
10 hours.
The funny thing though, you would have started a new game anyway.
I did.
But like even after that, she would have started a whole new game.
I did. I was mad, but I started over.
10 hours. He just
he took everything.
I ain't gonna lie, cause that hurt because like 10 hours just out.
It's gone.
It's
There's
10
nothing.
hours, bro.
I was about to say, back in the day,
Well, we had no memory cards.
no memory card.
Oh my
And then
god.
I remember my dad was about to beat the brakes off Justin because he cut the game off. He understood.
Yeah, I'm like, yo, I was hoping nobody cut
Son,
anything off.
Y'all can use them, or
We just-
y'all
No,
didn't
It
have
wasn't
them?
out heavy like that.
Yeah, it
And
wasn't actually.
Remember, you had to go to school.
Now I think about it.
You had to
They
leave the
weren't.
game on when you
Because
go.
PlayStation 2
yes,
had
you
the
go to
little red
school.
Yes.
memory card you plug in. I remember
Yes.
when PlayStation 2
So they
had
didn't have
cards.
memory cards like where you could. They didn't have games that even needed a save date. Like Killer Instincts, they didn't need a memory
A lot
card.
of
Nah,
a lot
it
of
was
saves
fighting
came
games.
back on PlayStation 2.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's when
PlayStation
saving
2.
stuff
PS1 is hard to get a memory card. Dreamcast is hard to get a memory card.
yeah.
That joint was so stupid.
I
It was like a
remember
big
PlayStation
block
2.
that you put in your controller.
Yeah.
That's
It was
wild.
retarded.
Fighting games easy to keep playing
Yeah.
because
Because you don't need
it don't take long to beat the story. Plus, there was cheats to get all the characters.
Yeah.
It was.
So you ain't have to
You have to start over.
Let's fight. You don't got to do all that the story to get characters to play.
That's
I think I beat San Andreas with no memory card. Imagine that.
Oh yeah, I was playing Grand Theft Auto 3 with no memory
Yeah.
card.
And you
Y'all
had to
are
leave it on for. We
Leave
left
it
the system on for weeks.
But you know, we grew up healthy financially, so we had memory cards.
Oh, I know.
Casey had some.
I wasn't.
Right.
But you know what's funny?
Casey had some memory cards.
You know what's funny? But I liked
I
it
just
that
watched
though.
Casey play
I
the
liked
game.
it
I
because
never really even
it built
played like
something in
that.
you. That's what makes us like hardcore gamers. That we can even Casey.
Yeah, cause you go 24 hours playing that.
Yeah.
joint.
You could.
Yeah.
You could play the game
Because
for
you know-
hours.
You know it's over
crazy.
if
Yeah.
this joint accidentally cut off.
Yeah. So if it built something in you, built this certain person or whatever you want to call it in you.
Yo,
that
I'm
made
telling you, sometimes I will hide the light so nobody's seeing it and cut
So
the
they
TV
wouldn't cut
off.
it off.
Yeah,
Son.
change it to regular TV. Like,
That's how I want mine.
unplug the only unplug
The cords.
the cord that's connected to the TV, so it won't show on the TV, but the power's still on.
But
Hey,
then
yo.
when you turn your TV on, and realize somebody cut it off. you
Oh,
like,
yo. It's
Yo,
right.
that's
That's
your
a fight.
heart
That's a
is-
fight breaker.
It's like your heart drops. Like, yo, who did it? And sometimes, a lot of times,
I can
a lot of
imagine you
times
as a
it be your
little kid
parents.
coming to your
Yeah.
TV.
No, but the thing, it would be like somebody being spiteful.
I'm gonna
'Cause
beat my mama up.
my mother kind of understands.
Yeah, I'll tell my mother. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm like,
right.
mom,
She don't understand
mom, how I supposed to eat this burger and I can't play the game? Like, they cut it off. I was like, right at the end when the trees was purple. You start speaking at Sonic level with
Yeah.
I'd be going in, but
They be like, wait, what are blue orbs? What are you talking about?
yeah.
But what game made you cry, bro? Just that situation? Like, was it a game that like really made you cry? You said Last of
Well,
Us.
Last of Us made me cry. Kingdom Hearts.
I mean, I ain't mean the whole list, but you know, go ahead.
Yeah, nah. I think
It's an emotional
I'm gonna tell
roller
you,
coaster for you right
it's
now.
music.
The
Yeah.
music,
It
yeah.
depends on what, like the music playing the situation. Like one of my favorite games, is like Final Fantasy VII, right? And it was just certain things that happened in that joint. When one of the characters died, it's like you had a close relationship. First off, I can't say the game. You feel me?
I couldn't stand them older ones.
I get up, I'm developing a relationship. This person died. Yo,
It's
no
so
way.
But you gotta take turns. Like, oh, I'm gonna hit you, then you're gonna hit me, then I can't.
It was a story
stuff
though.
like
It
that.
was a story.
It was
a story.
Yeah, story.
It was a story that got me.
I think the thing that made me cry was when my mom took away our Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Said they were demonic. I said, yeah, but mama, it's an angel. Ashley, it says Dark Angel.
Oh my goodness.
These cards are going in the trash.
I did not like Yu-Gi-Oh. I couldn't get into it.
Yu-Gi-Oh
It was
was my
so
show.
weird.
Dude.
I never understood it.
I mean, now I look back at them like, bro, I'm literally watching these people play card games. But,
You are.
you know.
I mean, but that's when you go to a gambling place. You watching them play cards too.
Yeah.
That's
They ain't
different.
Blue Eyes White Dragon.
They losing money. You feel me?
But they
It's
might
even
win
worse.
something.
Do you look
Man,
at your
Majority of
yeah.
people not winning. But go ahead.
Do you look at your opponent's screen while playing Mario Kart?
Yes.
Mario Kart, yes.
I'm a
Call
cheat.
of Duty, no.
I get Mario Kart. No,
Because it don't change anything.
it doesn't.
Oh, you can.
You can.
You can.
So
Screen watching?
yes.
Yeah, you can.
So
That's that split
playing
screen
Mario
right
Kart. Yeah, like if it's split screen, if I'm in first, I need to know your next move, so I don't know what to do.
Facts.
Like in Mario Kart, the
I need
little
to see if you about to shoot something at me. Yeah, behind me.
the little blue turtle that comes to the person in first place, I will get in second, so you can hit them and not me, so I can get back in first.
Yo, yeah, hold on.
I want to buy Mario Party right now.
Yeah, I feel
Mario
you.
Kart right now.
I
I
ain't gonna
got
lie.
4 controllers ready.
Hey, yo,
Okay, let's do it, bro.
We
The
definitely could.
question should have been how many friends you lost over Mario
Oh my
Kart.
goodness.
That should have been the question.
Yo, we
I can
played,
count on my hand, literally.
what did we
I lost
play?
a lot.
We played Mario. I don't know. I think
Around
it
that
was.
time, I only had cousins.
I don't think it was Mario Kart. I think it was
Fight broke out.
where they had it was Mario, but they had like different games.
Mario
Mario
Party.
That's what we played.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, yeah.
I got that at the
And we
crib.
were winning. Somebody,
Yeah,
maybe
yeah.
Casey
We
was
said that
winning,
before.
or somebody was winning, and then we were at our neighbor's house, and they cut the game off. So they were one of those people.
Oh, it's time to jump.
So I was like,
I'm like, yo, can
I
you
don't
show me
think
where
we
the
can
back
come
of
over
it
here no
would
more.
work?
That's when there was a crazy moment. Like we realized, like we don't want to play with y'all, bro.
Yeah, because y'all are sore losers.
We on the trampoline. Let's pretend that I've got metal skin. And yeah, what?
It's a comment.
Yeah, I know, right?
I don't know who challenging us,
Yeah, I
but
don't
chill
know
out.
who that is.
First of all, you got to spell Mario Kart the right way. But I don't even play like that. But I know it ain't spelled that way.
King.
It is.
He ain't no game mode. She ain't no game. I can't see who it is.
But
Hey, regardless, we can still get it.
Yeah, let's go.
yeah, drop your name in the comments, and we can link up.
Let's take it a little step further. What about Diddy Kong Racing? Y'all know about that?
Of course, yeah.
Oh,
Diddy
all right.
Kong
You know about
Racing,
that?
Yeah.
I don't know too much.
Wow.
About
Bring Casey.
I wasn't a
Isn't that-
gamer.
didn't
Like
that
I
start-
watched Casey
wasn't
play
Diddy
some
Kong
of this
Racing
stuff.
before Mario?
I used to
I
watch
think
my
it was
brother
either
play
it was before or
Look
picked up
what
from
I
it.
started.
But it was dope.
I
It was
know,
in
right?
it was in the
That
Donkey
round.
Kong series.
Yeah. And they had
racing
everybody. You can fly one
Because
person.
that's
can fly
what that's
both
basically
cars.
what they do.
Yes, this next question gonna kill him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Y'all
All right, go ahead.
finish
Let's
that.
say the next one.
You finish that. Y'all done? Because
Yeah,
this
yeah,
next
go
one,
ahead,
y'all
yeah,
ain't
I
gonna
know.
like this one. Would for $1 million, would you give up video games?
Yes.
The fact that it took you a second to think about it, That's crazy.
Let me answer because
That's easy. Watch.
Let
Never
me-
again?
let me answer.
yeah, bro, give up like $1 million.
Funny,
You think it's
a way around that,
temporary?
but I'm gonna say it.
Wait, let me
Go ahead, yeah,
answer.
I want to hear that.
Okay, right,
You make games, so you might have a loophole or
right.
something.
But I'm
But for $1 million, like, bro,
I'm gonna say yes because when I get emotionally invested in my like The Sims, my mod stopped working. I'm willing to sell my whole laptop. I don't care. I stopped caring, and I'll forget to play until they release something I want to play. Like they haven't released anything, so it's
Yeah.
like,
so you're not an extreme like.
no, he might not make it.
I mean, currently, right now, I don't play games because of mental reasons, but, you know, my own personal reasons.
Are you all right?
But, no,
You
I'm
gonna break
straight.
it?
I just got some other focuses going on. So I don't-
Okay, yeah.
But the idea of not being able to play the game again,
$1 million. Think about
I
it.
will
I know God
happily
got something
give up
better for me,
gaming.
but until
The reason
I
I
get
play video games,
there,
the reason I play video games is because I don't have $1 million, and I don't want to keep thinking about that.
Oh, you still be, hey, that's, you ain't too
You
far.
got $1
from-
million,
yeah.
you ain't got to stress about nothing no more.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm
If you
being
invest,
a little
go from there.
extra, but you get my point.
I mean, you can make $1 million playing games. There's plenty of people doing that right now, too.
That's true.
it
As a
is.
career.
Even
Definitely don't have to give it up if
That's
you do
why
that.
I'm
But
trying to
go,
do Twitch.
but go ahead, Mike. What should?
Go ahead, Mike. I'm waiting for you.
Oh no, I was gonna say
Kian kind of said it. We could kind of work around it because you kind of into it too. I'll just make the games and play test them myself. So
Oh, my gosh. Yeah,
I'm cool with not playing. I'll take the $1 million, live luxury, making games,
you get to make more games.
more games.
I hope you don't risk it by this. What? Now Jair's good. He'll make it. You talking about that?
yeah, I don't know who you are.
I think they're laughing because you said something about The Sims.
oh somebody funny. They said you'll make it.
So I don't
Yeah.
know who that is.
I guess if not doing it.
All right, game knowledge test. Samus is a man or a woman?
It's a woman, bro.
I'm glad I didn't answer.
What were you gonna say, it's a man?
I don't know who that is.
That's what I thought it was at first. I actually know that one.
Hey, Money, you spoke for me too.
He's stupid.
So, do you think Fortnite is for 12-year-olds?
I feel like I know. See, yes. You wanna know why I feel like Fortnite is for 12-year-olds?
I think it's designed for
Because
12-year-olds.
It is. I don't see. It's from 10 to 13, I believe. I don't see a grown man sit, which are a lot of.
I see him, but you know,
I don't understand how a grown man can sit there and yell at a bunch of little kids, yeah, all day.
Them little kids be talking junk, bro.
I'm not doing that.
Them little kids be talking junk. Bro.
Listen,
That's shaming tactic.
Yeah,
they too grown.
You gotta
bro.
understand. It's not about age. It's not about race. It's not about gender. None of that. When you get in the game,
the game is a different.
You are
world,
in a whole different realm, a whole different world, and that's what it's for. It's for you to forget about real life and be what you want to be, and have fun. So I would say, I don't care what game it is, Fortnite or not. It's grown men who making those games. It's grandfathers making those games. Look at
yeah, grown men making them. Yeah.
Yeah. So I would say it's for them because then we're leaning to. What about people that don't like cars, but then you got some people that like watching cars? It start hitting that realm. So I'm gonna say, yeah, I think it's,
We got 3 more questions. We're gonna go through these and then give our final thoughts.
Okay.
Do video games help develop skills?
Definitely.
Yes, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's an easy
I
one.
truly
Yep.
believe that.
It's people that joined the army. It's people that got in. Remember SOCOM money?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
People got in the army because how good they was in SOCOMs.
The people who play video games.
Yeah.
Controlling drones now.
Yup. And making money in it. Yup.
Interesting. Yeah, I would just say like strategic,
But
like
they killing people too, though.
like well, but I think it's hopefully it's justified because they trying to protect their country.
Oh
so.
yeah, I knew it was her.
Who was her?
Oh, why she got? Oh, I was like she had a different.
Mario Kart, yeah.
She had a different
Alicia,
one
I
last
didn't know
time.
who you were.
You better be glad that you let us know who you were.
Cause
When you start talking about the game, these boys be they don't care who you are if they don't know who you are. But yeah, I think strategically, like if you play like Resident Evil or something, certain patterns that are in the game, like it helps you like figure out and problem solve and things like that. I
skills
think
and stuff like that.
yeah,
definitely
like
motor
your,
skills.
Reactions.
You know how to find your keys a little better in that sense, if that makes any sense. Man,
That
this
is
junk
true.
just be like,
How many kids went to jail for acting like real life GTA? I'm not looking at the bad aspect. I'm looking at the aspect they learned these things by playing the game. That's all I'm getting at.
And he gave the
Worst
opposite.
example, yeah.
That's the reason people don't want to get.
Nah, I had to go there because that's the next thing they going. What about the bad? Like it's bad and good and everything. What we talking about?
You play Warriors, you definitely probably gonna be like,
for bad reasons.
can I
Like,
take somebody's
Exactly.
radio out their car? What are you currently playing? Mike, his fingers dipped in red.
Oh,
game.
I'm playing a new Zelda game that just came out.
That's interesting
Oh,
that we
Zelda?
started out with that.
I got it.
Dang, money.
I got it.
All right,
Well,
Tamiah,
I
which
feel like you cheated on me,
what is
man.
what's the latest promotion that you've had on Sims? I'm just playing
I haven't played anything because
they good. They
I haven't
chilling
played
right now.
this. They are The Sims. I feel like that's a game that's gonna last forever because of the things that you can add to it. I haven't played The Sims since my mods stopped working. Like I literally went to go
That's
sell
like a
my
couple months ago.
laptop
You did
2
it
days
already?
ago. No, it's still
You
in the
know what I
car.
hate about the
I would
Sims?
love to find somebody to buy it
I
though.
don't know if all of them work this way. You know what I hate about the Sims?
What?
Your characters will ruin their lives when you have a different person playing the game. Like maybe Herb Sims in the city. I'm like, yo, why does my character have a bad relationship with this dude?
You see,
or this girl that I work so hard to, you know what I'm saying?
put it together.
You gotta know a certain amount of people to be able to get into the party.
See, with The Sims, I've learned it's autonomy, right? Meaning you're not allowed to do anything I don't say you can do. It took me years to figure it out that you can turn that off. So most times when they're doing stuff, you like, why are you doing that? It's because you're allowing them to do whatever they want.
Don't they like
So
God,
basically, you took
though?
away their free will.
I took away everything.
Don't
because-
they are
Basically
they gonna
what
live like
Yes, but you can take
they have limitations?
right. They can't
Okay.
randomly go places. They can't randomly talk to strangers and beat them up. They can't do stuff that you don't want them doing. But as far as eating, going to work, cleaning themselves, they'll do that. But everything else is like out the window because I would wonder all
That's
the time
crazy.
why my Sims would be fighting each other. I'm like, y'all, what? I thought y'all loved each other. I built this family for a reason, and I learned how to turn it off.
Yeah, that just hurt me, bro. Like my kid don't like me no more.
See,
What
you know
happened?
what happened, yeah.
What happened when I was gone for 3 days?
Oh yeah.
if you could have any, this is the last one. If you could have any power from a video game, what would it be? And I'm gonna start it off. The game Second Sight. That's what I want, bro. That junk was the fiest game. Second Sight, not the infamous electricity. I'm talking about Second Son, the guy that could, telekinesis. He just had these abilities. Do y'all know what that is?
No, but
Second
I wish I
Sight.
did.
It's like PS2, bro. Well, that junk was crazy, man. Y'all gotta look it up afterwards.
I'll let you go first because I'm still thinking.
That's a tough one. Because I know a lot of games. You said games, if I could choose a superpower or the ability of another character.
I mean, ability, if you want to do that too.
Don't say strength because you already got that.
Yeah, you got too much strength, man. You need to give some of that up.
Who would you want to be, Mike, as a character?
I'm trying to figure this out too.
There's too many of them.
It's two.
If I could be any
Because I
video
want to be the
game
most
character,
overpowered.
oh my gosh, of course you do. Oh, I know who I would be. That's technically. I mean, he is a character in the video games. I think. Is his name Boo? The pinkish.
Majin Buu?
The pinkish
You
guy.
want to turn people into chocolate and eat them?
No, he's one of the most powerful beings in Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, Majin
He's
Buu.
like Thanos, yeah, and he blink and you whole universe is gone.
He don't
Well, he ain't that
Or
powerful.
snap, he
but
do something.
You talking about Beerus? The cat?
That's purple.
Yes,
Oh, okay.
I like his attitude. He's funny,
He could
but
touch.
his master is smart, stronger than him. But that's not the point. I like him
That's
though.
scary, yo.
He's funny. He's sassy.
She's trying to take people out.
I was trying to choose somebody that's not in the TV show. I'm trying to
He's
choose
not in
somebody-
the. Yes, he is in the
Yeah,
game.
I'm trying. Yeah, he in the game.
Well,
but I'm trying to choose
technically,
somebody
yeah.
specifically in the game.
Oh, I can't. Then if
'Cause I
that's
can't
the
even
case,
choose
I
Marvel
want to be
characters.
Liu Kang.
Yeah. It's like
If I could have
It's
Liu Kang
specifically-
ninja skills with the power that Raiden gave him, definitely.
Oh, that's definitely overpowered. But
Hey,
he
man.
can travel in time
He
now.
can. That's why, if anything, Liu Kang top tier. He will always be one of my favorite characters.
She got me beat.
Yeah. I mean, I think different ones can be more interesting, even if it's not like the most powerful.
I'm
You may have more fun with different ones.
That's
I'm
true.
gonna be basic.
You
I'm
may
gonna
not
just-
need like over complete amazing strength. You may not need it. You know what I'm saying?
I would go for my boy. I would go for Infamous. I would choose my boy.
The first one, because they got
Second-
different
second
ones.
one.
Second Son, yeah.
I think
I'll go with one of the Jedi's. One of the
Star
Star
Wars?
Wars Jedi's.
Oh,
Out the
yeah.
games. Yeah.
Oh yeah, The Apprentice.
okay.
Oh
The
yeah,
Apprentice. Word, yeah, he's
yeah. That's the best one. I think
So
that's
the-
like the best answer I heard so far.
that.
I mean, to me, it's a
he
knock
could
everybody
take-
out the park.
he could
I'm
take dudes out the
sorry.
sky. You feel me?
You know.
Body.
Yeah, he could take ships out the
Fire.
sky. He could.
So you see, I ended it with something lighthearted because some of this stuff can be scary for people. But you guys can give your final thoughts on today's episode and what you thought about it. If you got something going on, let people know where to find you.
She done list a whole bunch.
So, Mike, you can go ahead and start us off, bro. Your thoughts on this demonic episode today?
I say I enjoyed it, man. When it comes to this stuff that some people like to avoid or scared of, and some people may not believe is real, I like to speak on these things because, at least for people that serving God, the closer you get to God, the crazier it get. The only good thing is, he said, if I put you in my hand, no man can pluck you out, and nothing can separate you from God. So it's good to be informed, because he also says people perish from the lack of knowledge. So, yeah, man, I enjoyed it. I hope we do another part too. Even the whole racism thing with my brother, stuff like that. I like these things, talking about this, because people could be informed. People can look back. People will look further into this stuff to be able to identify what things are and how to go about dealing with them. So, yeah, I enjoyed it.
Cool. Then we will start with should have done ladies first, but I'll do ladies
Wow.
first with Tamiah and Jaya. So you can go ahead and go before Jaya.
I definitely enjoyed this episode. I will piggyback off of Mike real quick. I do feel like if you have something that you're curious about, or you have a want to know the truth, for lack of better terms, definitely pray on it. Even if you don't have a relationship with God, if you seek after Him, He will answer to you. And I learned that myself. I will say, please stay out of these psychic shops. Don't trust these people. They're lying to you. You know what they're gonna do? They're gonna ask you questions to get the answers you're looking for, which sounds crazy, but they will. Other than that, I really enjoyed it. I do like to inform people about God. It's an amazing experience when you actually get to know Him and you actually build a relationship with Him. Even in times of struggle and tribulation, you know He's with you. Even when you have a demonic experience, you know He's there. You have something to lean back on versus you experiencing something and there's nothing there to, you don't feel protected or you don't feel like there's anything there to keep you. Other than that, follow me on Instagram. Check out my TikToks.
What's your Instagram and TikTok?
My Instagram is the same as my TikTok. It's Mia J. It's MIA. Well, it's 4 A's H.J.
All right. Go ahead, Money. Go ahead. Okay. Well, this is my second time on the show. I really did enjoy this episode. I love having these conversations, these back and forth, because we can share knowledge with each other. And you know, if you're Christian, before you decide to do anything, make sure it's in the Word of God and confirm it. Yeah, and confirm it, because you know, if there's something that you want to know, it's gonna be in that book. Right. So go confirm. Talk to your pastor, ask about it before you just decide to jump in anything, because you know this. We should all know that this is seducing spirits, and people who just being led astray. There's a great fall in the way coming, if it's not already here. So you got to be aware of this stuff. So I'm glad to be on the show to at least impart some sort of knowledge in that area, so you can know what to avoid. And that's about it. It was an awesome show.
Well, I finally got my chest to work at the end of the stream to put it on the video. So I think it was a great show. Obviously, you know, we want to keep this going, and we want people to have a group of people that you can kind of interact with in a sense. So I try to create this atmosphere for people so that we can have this conversation. So have these conversations that some people may not want to have. Maybe you know, they're tough conversations that I feel need to be had, because there's certain things that we can get involved in that the Word of God is against. And Exodus 22:18 says, "You shall not permit a sorceress to live." And I take that kind of to be like, I know what it was back then, but you don't want that stuff around you. You don't want that stuff in your house. Anything that, if you give it a purpose other than what God gave it, then you're already starting something that is adding to the Word of God, because God is the truth. These are facts, right? And we're adding definitions to things that came from our heads. So we're, in a sense, creating our own gods. And also Galatians 5:19-20. Now the works of the flesh are evident: sexual immorality, impurity, sensuality, idolatry, sorcery. And we don't want these things to control us. We want to be able to live a life of God and not be dependent on things not be dependent on objects, basically serving the Creator and not serving the creation. And guys, like the video on your way out. If you enjoyed the content, if you enjoyed chilling with us tonight, laughing and having a good time, if you learned some things, we're gonna be doing more things like this. Probably have more relationship things coming up. I'm not sure how we plan to do it, but and also subscribe if you're feeling it. And
subscribe.
We out of here.